Shalom.
Mm-hmm.
Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelite coming a week in, week out to prophesy the 10th fall of Babylon the Great. But today we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray in the Hebrew tongue. Ka. Halayan.
La.
Yahweh. Bahashem. Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem. Ha.
Raka.
Kodash. Ma'amar.
Double honor to the apostle and the order of the great millstone. Salvation to the sister and children's and actions pushing this through around the four corners of the earth. Blessed to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 of the 12th tribe of Israel. Shalom.
So see, what you have today is a gathering of an army. You see armies being brought together over in Afghanistan, troops being pulled away from Afghanistan. But what you're witnessing also is somebody they stood up a great exceeding army. What you're witnessing is the formation of the army of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, searching out and seeking out the wickedness that's being devised and the craftiness that's being devised by the serpent, the dragon, which is the devil, and Satan, which is Esau. These upper elites that have a plan, right, to bring forth their new world order. So how do they bring? So the plan to bring in their new world order. All right. So, but you have individuals that are hip to their game because they use wine, all right, to manipulate the minds of the people. And when I say wine, I'm not talking about Chardonnay or Moscato. But I'm talking about their philosophies and their thought process and their ways of thinking. All right, and it's called order by chaos. And that's how they use, those are the things that they use to perform their enterprise.
It's Ezekiel 37:10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
And that exceeding great army is the tabernacle of David, the 144,000 men that are woken up to this truth, that are not ignorant of Satan's wicked devices, all right, that are hip to the plans that are being brought forth by the upper elites. All right, so they're not drunk off that wine. They're not filled with the philosophies of men. They're filled with the truth, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Somebody get how everything searched out.
This is Obadiah, verse 1, verse 6. How are things of Esau searched out? How are his hid things sought up?
All right, so how are the things of Esau searched out, which is the devil? All right, how are the things of Esau searched out? All right, how are his hidden things exposed? Exposed to the ones that are the elect, that have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, which is going to be informed of the things that are to come. All right, because the devil is coming down having great wrath because he has but a short time. All right. We're in Corinthians.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage over us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
All right, so if we were fall to the philosophies of Satan, he would get an advantage over us, and the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans would never know that they are the children of Israel. Father's name is Yahweh, his son's name is Yahweh Shai. America's about to be destroyed. You need to understand and know these names in order to get salvation. All right? So how are the things that Esau searched out? Because we don't let the elect are not the elect are not going to be taken advantage of by the manipulation of the mind that Esau is doing. It's all about fear tactics, fear mongering. All right? When people are afraid and don't know the outcome of something, they're willing to do anything. But the Lord showed us that he did not give us the spirit of fear. All right? He gave us the spirit of power and love. Our love according to what? Love according to his commandments. All right, come on. Somebody bring that Habakkuk out.
Yeah, I got it. This is the book of Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand up on my watch and set me up on the tower.
All right, so he's going to stand upon his watch and set upon the tower. What is that tower? The name of the Lord is a strong tower. So the righteous running into it and are safe. So when somebody runs into that tower and is safe, what are they doing? They're calling out to the people that are not with and join into the tower with them. Somebody get Isaiah 34:16 real quick. So the calling out from that watchtower of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is that spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai going out and drawing everybody else that's of the elect into that tower. All right, you got it? All right, bring it up. Whoever got it. So Isaiah 34:16. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord, and read. All right, so seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. That's standing in that strong tower upon thy watch, believing in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Seeking out of the book and reading so you can get an understanding of how to prepare yourself for what's to come. Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai's chosen people. But it's not all about color. It's about nationality. What does your bloodline go back to? So we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, so we can look like anybody. We can look like we can look Caucasian. We can look Chinese. We can look African. We look African, but we're not African. All right, it's proven that we are the children of Israel. All right, and we came over here from the transatlantic slave trade, and it was all prophesied for it to happen to us according to Deuteronomy 28. All right, God it says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read." And so seek. The Lord says, seek him early while he may be found. Those that seek him early will find him. Keep going. No one of these shall fail. None of these words are going to fail. His words are not going to return unto him void. All right, but it's gonna prosper in the thing that he sent his word out to do. All right, so these prophecies, just because people try to turn a deaf ear to these prophecies, that's not going to stop them from happening. Keep going. It says, none shall want per night. For my mouth, it has commanded. All right, the mouth it has commanded. All right, the mouth of the Lord has commanded. He spoke it, and to the mouth of the prophets have spoken it out, and now it's going to perform this work. Because it was spoken from the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, go ahead. And his spirit, it have gathered them. So that spirit that goes out, that line that goes out into the sea of people, is going to gather his elect and inform them of the things that are to come, so they won't be lost. They won't be without hope. Because these devils are trying to set up a system to make everybody feel that they have no hope. All right, and their hope, they're giving them false hope from these false prophets right here, man. That's what they want you to hope in. And these work together, coincide with each other. And somebody get on Revelation 16 and 13 real quick. All right, they coincide together, man. They're working together to perform their enterprise, man. They deal with the money and the system, and they deal with the religion. They also deal with the military. All right, go ahead, bring that up. This is the book of 16 and 13? Yeah, 16 and 13. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. All right, 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, European Union. All right, and out of the mouth of the beast. All right, NATO. All right. And out of the mouth of the false prophet. False prophet, the Roman Catholic Church. So what do? They have power over the money, they have power over the military, and they have power over the gods that you serve. They want to make one world order to make Satanism rule over everything. And that's the enterprise that they're trying to push by manipulating the minds of the people to conform them to move according to fear. When you have somebody afraid of something, they're willing to do anything. Anything. Y'all people need to understand that. They're trying to use fear tactics. How do you get a child to do what you want them to do? You got to impose some sort of fear. But it's a different fear, a fear of reverence. Meaning your child is going to reverence you as being their elder, you being the parent. So they're going to give you a certain amount of respect. But you give them acknowledgement of how to fear, just like the same fear we have for Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
2 Timothy 1 and 7. For Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
Sound mind. Man, that's one of the keyest words because knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of that time. So you're going to have people running around here willing to do anything because they're afraid. And what? They have anxiety and depression knocking at their door, manipulating their mind, making them conform and willing to do anything. Go ahead.
If I may add on, when you go into that sound mind, he ain't having you not to waver back and forth, man. You could also say a double-minded man is abomination to the Lord. So with that being said, hey, like the brother said, man, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of that time. So that's why you got to take heed to the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai now.
All right, go back to that. Good point. Slack. Go ahead.
There's a contrast to that. Go ahead. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
So fools despise wisdom and instruction. These instructions that come from the Lord will not leave you drunken with the masses willing to do anything. So you will have the fear of the Lord, which means you reverence him as being your authority, not the devil as being your authority, not Esau as being your authority. What did John 8:44 say? Ye are of your father the devil. So the lust of your father ye shall do. He was a murderer from beginning and bold not in the truth. So anything that comes out of their mouth is going to be a lie. All right, go ahead.
This book of Isaiah 32:7. The instruments also of the church are evil. He devised a wicked device to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak right.
Even when the needy speak right, even if we're out here speaking the righteous cause, but they despise the poor and they persecute the poor through their wine and their philosophy. That's the work of devils. Go back to the Revelation 16.
This is Revelation chapter 16, starting at verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon,
boom,
and out of the mouth of the beast,
boom,
and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Boom. And who's pushing the philosophies of those unclean spirits? America is pushing those philosophies of the unclean spirits. All right, go ahead.
Verse 14. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which goeth forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day of Yahweh Almighty.
All right, and that's what he was set out to do, to gather everybody else for their judgment. Gather all these nations together for their judgment. But in the midst of that judgment, the Lord made a way out for the elect, for salvation, because he's going to bring ultimate judgment to this earth. But he's going to also bring mercy too. But so if you turn away your ear to hearing the word of the Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're turning away your ear from his mercy. All right? Somebody have a precept?
It's the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of thy whoredoms, of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that selleth nations through her whoredoms.
Selleth nations through her whoredoms. So now, what did America do? All right, they made America the American dream, this great place. Now, everybody wanted to come from their country and leave their cultures to come to America. America didn't have any culture. America is a melting pot of all different kinds of different philosophies, a bunch of confusion. That's why this is Babylon the Great. So they use all that confusion like they did in the Tower of Babel, right? Now they use all this confusion to manipulate the minds of the people to get them to believe anything. Because if you don't set one standard, people are willing to fall for whatever it is you bring in front of them. And so that's why they use the media. That's why they use entertainment. So that they use our natural 5 senses to manipulate our mind to get our spirit to work contrary to the Father, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And they use wine. You know how a person gets when they drink wine? They get into a drunken stupor. That's what this devil is doing to our people spiritually.
Right, they become delusional.
Go ahead. All right, real quick. Yeah, what's going?
Yeah, real quick. All right. Here you go. Proverbs 18:10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
And that's that. I will stand upon my watch. I will set my in that tower. And that's the tower he's talking about. The name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe. All right, so we're trying to bring people into safety, but they don't want to hear it. Why? Because they're drunk off the philosophies that are sent forth out by the devil, man. The word devil just means deceiver. So they're deceiving the minds of the people, giving them false hope, man. False hope is an abomination to the Most High, man. All right? That was it. Somebody go back to that Habakkuk, yeah.
2:1.
Yeah, Habakkuk 2:1.
All right, it's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. I will watch to see what he will say unto me.
All right, so that Zaquan just read, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. And that's the tower Habakkuk was talking about. So he's writing this in the midst of danger, but he says he's in a place of safety. We're safe in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's our only place of refuge. But the scripture says, woe unto them that go back to Egypt for help. All right? Go ahead.
And what I shall answer when I am reproved.
All right, so what is he going to say? What is the Lord telling me? How should I answer? All right, when I am reproved. All right, keep going.
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
So as we read these scriptures, it begins to put a vision in our mind of what Yahweh Shem Yahushai wants us to deliver to the people. All right, so that's why we become the seers. All right, that's why we become the prophets.
All right, we see what's going to happen before it happens, and we say what's going to happen before it happens. All right, keep going.
That he may run that readeth it.
All right, so now we make it plain because these scriptures are written in a mystery. So we make it plain upon tables, meaning write it down. So we don't write scripts anymore. Those scripts become videos. That's why it's so important for us to get out here and teach. All right, so for us to flood the internet with the truth, because guess what? They're flooding everything else with lies. It's up for us to bring the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua forth, man, because that's what we are sent to do. So that's what Habakkuk is talking about. Keep going.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
All right, so at the end it's going to speak and not lie. So as you're hearing what's going to happen today, now is the time to have the fear of the Lord, but people don't want to listen. So you can be better prepared when that time comes. Somebody get Ecclesiastes 12:1. What about the shot? Hold that right there.
Ecclesiastes
12:1.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
All right, so remember, that's why Habakkuk standing upon his watch. All right, because he remembered of the creator in the days of his youth, right, before the evil days came. So now what did he do? He's doing work, just like how we're here doing today. So he's back on the earth doing the same work, standing upon his watch, telling the people, warning the people about what's to come. All right, keep going.
Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
So when those evil days come, you ain't going to have pleasure in the days, man. That's when you're going to see the curses of Deuteronomy fall on all the people. Because what it say in Deuteronomy? At nighttime, you're going to say, would it be morning? And morning time, you're going to say, would it be night? You're going to have no pleasure in any day. You're not going to look forward to waking up the next day. That's how it's going to be. Con. And this is what's going to happen. They're going to make the whole world a prison state. This is what they're going to force on the people. The Revelation 13-16. He's going to call all, both small and great, to receive that. All right? He's going to call all. So you won't be able to buy or sell or do anything unless you have that. All right? So this is what you have to look forward to. But there's hope in Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
If I may add on too, they already came out with it. I forgot the latest name, but basically it's called, like they called it, Biden's Mark of the Beast, man. But so with that being said, they said you won't be able to buy or sell without it. So hey, there you go. Revelation 13-16, man. The proof is right there in the plate, all right?
Stay away from that one, right? Because they trying to, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to just catch on to that one too.
It's Revelation 12:12.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
And he has but a short time. So when you know you have a small window to make something happen, all right? You have a small window to make something happen. You got to move in haste to get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done. So, but if the people are in the right state of mind, right? When somebody moving fast in front of you, like, yo, you moving too fast, man. So you start to watch them. But what happens when you discourage the minds of the people? When you throw out false flags, when you do this trick right here, but the real thing is in your left hand, but you get them to pay attention to the right. And that's what this devil is doing, man. He's throwing all kind of perverse ways of thinking out there, all right, to deter the minds of our people. So our people walk around oblivious and clueless of what to happen. A lot of our people don't even know that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible. The Most High's chosen people. Father's name is Yahweh. Son's name is Yahushua.
Isaiah 66:4. I also will choose their delusions, and I will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer.
So when the Most High called, bringing his servants out here, beckoning, when he was giving that call, that's when your fear should have came upon you. Not when you see destruction happen. All right?
Right.
So she's gonna keep you in a state of derision all the way to the destruction, so you won't be afraid, so you can get to judgment. Somebody get 2 Peter 2:9 and come after this.
When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not.
So they made a covenant with death, and death is what they're gonna reap. And they chose because the Most High don't delight in death; He delights in life. All right. So He's gonna give life to His elect. Go ahead.
Let's end it with this.
Go ahead.
Hear the word of Yahweh, ye that tremble at his word.
So the ones that tremble at his word, we're going to hear. And we're going to hear. We're going to start checking out. Okay, check that, check that, check that. That's what happened. Or this finna happen. Let me go make a video about that. That's the mindset that seeing, what does it say? Seeing all these things are going to be resolved. What mindset shall you be in all holy conversation? Go ahead.
So 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
So it's going to come like you want, like when a thief comes in the night, you be asleep. Or you, like, that's just like being in a state of drunkenness. You're not aware of the thief being in the house taking all your goods. They're trying to take the spirit out of people, man. That's how wicked this devil is, man.
I mean, add on Romans 13:11. That was a hard time to wake out of sleep, because now is our salvation nearer than we believe, man. So just like the brother said, get your head out the ground, man, because it's time to wake up. Why? Because salvation is near. That's why in 2 Ezra chapter 9, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai told us to measure time diligently in itself, so we can see the times that we're in, man.
Right. And he left signs, just like how Esau has his signs and wonders. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai created signs and wonders. So he has his own signs and wonders too, but only the elect are going to be able to see him. And the rest are going to be blinded, because he's going to choose their delusion, because they made a covenant with death. And that's what they delight themselves in.
Hey, good. The word is saying, Matthew, blessed are your eyes because they see, blessed are your ears because they hear, man. Everybody don't have that opportunity to be able to do so, all
right? And I watched a video on the book the other day. It was a train. It was a truck carrying one of, you know, those big windmill things for energy that you see in the Midwest? It was carrying one of those propeller blades, right? Then all of a sudden, you see the ding, ding. It was crossing the train track, but it couldn't get all the way across, right? So then you see the ding, 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 ding. The guardrails come down because the train is about to come. Now they want to try to move all fast and try to hurry up and get the propeller out of the way, but it was too late. That's going to represent the mindset of our 2/3 of our people that are going to be falling to this destruction because they didn't take heed to the warning.
Right. This is 2 Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Boom. The scripture said his spirit has gathered them. So he's putting the words in the mouth of the elect, fishing for the other elect to warn the people of what's to come. He's like, come through these doors, man. Come into this tower. This is where your place of refuge. All right. The Lord likes controversy. He's going to bring danger, but he's an author of a perfect balance. With all the danger he's bringing, he's going to bring mercy and deliverance to ones that truly believe in his name.
Right. 2 Ezra 15:2. And cause them to be written in paper, but they are faithful and true.
Cause them to be written in paper. This is our writing utensil now. This is our writing utensil now. We don't have to sit there and read big old scrolls and strips, because he put the spirit in his elect men to break everything down, break down the mysteries and make it plain upon tables, so they may run that readeth it, man.
Right. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Boom, fear not the imaginations that are set up by these people to go against you, man. So everything is set up. Everything is set up. They set up the financial system, the political system, the intelligence system, and the religious system. All this is set up. Keep reading. All your research, your pharmaceutical companies, everything was set up by them so they can control everything. If I can control your healthcare, I can control you. If I can control your religion, I can control you. If I can control if I can control the way you think, colleges, the school system.
What's that? One world order, universe.
Universe. That's why you have the universities under one type of verse, meaning one type of speech.
Yeah, one world. Yeah.
One world, man. All right, so that's what they're setting up. Yeah. But to the minds of the simple, they can't see the simplicity that's within Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Right. So just like how the serpent beguiled Eve, man. All right, go ahead.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
So all the unfaithful, if you're wearying around, being weary, is the Lord coming? Man, he said he's coming. He said the destruction is going to happen, didn't he? And you see him places getting destroyed. All right. He's a God that he shall not lie. But you found pleasure in lies and unrighteousness, so you will die in your unfaithfulness. That's what he's looking for. He said when he shows us, shall he find faith on the earth? And he's going to find faith on the earth. You're witnessing the faith that he's going to find on the earth. The prophets doing the work, waiting on the return of our King.
Right. Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
And that's what he's going to bring. So in the midst of him bringing all that, to the ones that truly believe in his name, you think something's going to happen to him?
Right, so
nope.
Who's bringing it? Is it him? Is it them?
No,
the Lord
they ain't bringing it.
The Lord using them.
Huh.
So who to fear? You fear this devil here? Or should we, in their imaginations? Or should we fear the creator that created them?
Oh, that's who I fear.
That's what we get exemption from the judgment from.
They can't exempt you from anything. They can't even exempt you from taxes. They want, man, listen, that's a whole another rabbit hole. Let me get him back here real quick. Go ahead. You got what you? All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15. It says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
All right, so be sober, man. Be vigilant and be sober. It ain't party all the time. Just like how when we got delivered out of Egypt, they were running around in the wilderness. He said they woke up early in the morning to play. Everybody want to play. Everybody wants to be footloose and fancy free and do what they see Esau doing, man. But he's being wicked. You want a license to be wicked also? Lord's trying to keep you from that by giving you the law, statutes, and commandments and separating you and making you holy. Keep going.
It says redeeming the time because the days are evil.
So the days are evil, man. We're living in a very, very, very bad time. But can you imagine? Imagine the goosebumps. Imagine the completion that you'll feel. We've all felt a sense of void in our lives, right? But the Most High Yahweh fills that void, right? Especially in the times of adversity. That's when you really want to feel it. That's when you want to really feel secure. That's when you want to really feel hope in a time of danger. So that's just like how you did with Azariah, Hananiah, and Mishael when they were thrown in the fiery furnace. In the midst of the heat, they felt a cooling sensation around them. That's when Yahushua jumped in the middle of the fire and cooled it down on his Iceman thing. The elder did a lesson on it. So that's when you want to feel secure. That's when you see the Most High doing his work. He said when in the sight of weakness, he'll show his strength.
Right? It says, wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
Ooh. Understanding his will. Not east. So when we see these things coming upon the earth, we know who's doing it. We know it's the Most High's will. It's the scriptures say, he ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he gives it to whomsoever he will. So we in a time of Esau's judgment. The scriptures say that Esau is the end of the world. That's the Caucasian race, the so-called white man that you're calling. They're the end of the world. When they're in power and they begin to fall, that lets us know that the Lord is judging them and taking away their blessing that he gave to Esau. And now he's going to give us our blessing that he's given to Jacob. Esau's blessing was to rule with the sword, to steal, kill, and destroy. And they lived out their blessing. Now our blessing is to rule through the spirit. And that's what we're doing now. All right, we're going to gain the kingdom through this spiritual fight.
All right, go ahead.
Right.
This book of Proverbs 12:6. The word of the wicked are to lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright should deliver them.
Boom. Delivers, and what it say? The wicked shall be replaced for the righteous as a ransom. All right. So the word of the wise is to deliver us to deliver us from what's to come. The Lord is not going to pull back his judgment to save us. He's going to bring forth his judgment to the max and deliver us in the midst of that. So the elect shall scarcely be saved.
This is Romans chapter 5 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record.
That's
10.
That's 5 in Romans 5.
Yeah, 5 verse 4. This 10.
Oh, yeah. Call it out again.
This is Romans chapter 10 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
So Paul was completing because he wanted Israel to be saved. All right? But they were running around like children, like sheep with no shepherd. Because they had the zeal. They wanted to know who to follow, but they had a zeal to be in tune to the Most High, but they didn't have it according to knowledge. That's why he had to set up prophets to teach the people. Go ahead.
And that shows his power. That shows that we need him, man. You born on this earth without the Lord enlightening you. You're basically still dead. You know, stillborn. Came out the womb, but you're still spiritually dead. You don't know what's going on out in the heavens or the purpose on earth. Right?
Verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
No, man. And knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time. So you can't just say, I know there's something out there, and I know he's looking over me. If that's all you know, the only thing you're going to know in return to that is destruction. That's it. Go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 9, I'm going to start at verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
That's for all y'all say, I know my personal relationship with the Lord. Yeah, he knows your mind. He's going to destroy you.
Verse 10, it says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Going back to you have a zeal of the Lord, but not according to knowledge, man. It says, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, when as yet place of repentance was open to them, understood not.
So that door is going to be closed. What is it? Amos 9 and 9 it says, close up the breaches thereof. That door is going to be closed soon. That's why he said, remember thy creator in the days of thy youth, while it's early before the time hits, man.
It says, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. So, God, man, you ask don't get it, not just like the brother was saying, you get it later after death by pain. By the way of ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, famine, sword, or pestilence.
Go ahead, after them. Go ahead.
Proverbs, verse 6. But it's Proverbs, verse 6 of chapter 6, verse 14. For it is in his heart, he deceiveth mischief continually, he soweth discord. Verse 15, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly, suddenly shall he be broken without remedy.
Amen. That's why the scripture says in Job, his confidence shall be rooted out of him, and it shall bring him to the king of terror. So all the wickedness that this devil is bringing for, Esau is bringing for, that's the Caucasian race. Since they came into power, all the destruction and hell that they brought upon the earth, all the hell and destruction that they brought upon the earth, they're going to have to pay for it. So they're confident in their walks like
Took down the Native American Indians with a smile.
And a peace treaty.
Smallpox.
Smallpox.
That was their peace treaty, smallpox. And look what they're doing now. Hint, hint. Keep going. Oh, go ahead.
It's Psalm chapter 37 and verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers.
So fret not yourself because of evildoers. The Lord wants, you got to understand his will. The Lord wants the wickedness to increase. The Lord wants him to keep continuing in his folly. Why? So he can destroy him. Catch him with his hand in the cookie jar, man. Not when he attempts to go put his hand in the cookie jar. But what is the individual going to do? You got to wait for that hand to be in the cookie jar, ready to take the cookie out. So I can say, I got you. Because what do you do? If you wait before, they're going to say, no, I wasn't going to do that. No, that's not what I was going to do. That's what he's trying to say now. But he's slowly taking that lid off, sticking his hand down there to try to take hold of the Lord's precious jewels. And the Lord's going to catch him red-handed.
Neither be thou not envious against the workers of iniquity.
So don't be envious of what they're doing because it seems like they're prospering. When they're prosperous for their hurt, they have their consolation. Or what did King David say? Deliver me from those that have their those that have their pleasure in this lifetime. King David said he wanted to be delivered from them. All right, so it's better to be in the house of mourning than the house of mirth. All right.
Or they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb.
All right, so they ass is grass and Yahweh Shai is the lawnmower. That's it.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, and verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And scorners delight in scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you, and I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refuse. I stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set not on my counsel, and would none of my reproof.
All right, so he gonna make his word known through them, through the destruction. Man, he said, at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it. So the reward of the wicked, and 2/3 of our people for following the wicked, it's going to come onto them, man. Straight destruction, man. You don't want to be on that side of the spectrum, man. Come on this side. Come on over here. Go ahead.
Philippians 2 and 13. For it is Yahweh which worketh in you both to will and to do his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, is not the point. That ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of Yahweh, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. That be separate.
Be separated from the darkness, man, and becoming a beacon of light, becoming a beacon of hope. Because the more you see, the more the elect you see waking up, the more you see the Spirit of the Lord, the more he's showing his existence. And what does Yahweh mean? He exists. Because before Abba Bivens, you didn't see anything like this. Before the Commandment Keepers, you didn't see anything like this. All right, you had the Black Panthers, you had Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all these individuals trying to seek their own way for righteousness. All right, but it wasn't the way that the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai set up. But then you had Elijah come, Abba Bivens, to turn the hearts of the father back to the children, and the hearts of the children back to the father. And that's what you're seeing happening today. Us standing up as a great exceeding army, right?
This is verse 27. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they have hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord.
All right, they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord, man. They rather fear Esau and what he says on the news than to fear what we say on the YouTube and when we're out here. So this is what news is, because we're giving you the truth. What did Denzel Washington say? Hey, you watch the news, you get misinformed.
All they do is mislead you, put shit on there that you already don't need to know. Oh wow, the bear is in the neighborhood. It lives in the wild.
You moved in his habitat. But he looking at y'all like, what y'all doing here? But that's the news you want to try to report. That's folly, man.
This Romans 1 and 25, who changed the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
Now you have our people that try to go into this Egyptology and worshiping stars and planets and dealing with all that kind of stuff. So that's they trying to change the truth into a lie and find their own form of righteousness. Yeah, Easter and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff is wickedness, man. All right. Okay.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord Yahweh knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations.
Boom. He knows how to deliver the godly out of temptations by what? Giving them hope. Giving them hope, man. Giving them that spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to comfort them. He said he's going to send you a comfort to comfort us in these times. The comfort is the word. Not only is it the word, it's the spirit of understanding the word, man. So many people, like these individuals, they read out the same book that we read it. No, not them. They don't touch that book. These people, majority of these people read out of the same book that we read from. Well, how is it that they're interpreting it something totally different than what we have? Because they don't have that spirit, man.
It says, this is back in 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord Yahweh knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
This will break it down for you. Sirach 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any ever abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
None.
You gotta look at the examples. Moses, Jeremiah, Daniel, you know, Paul.
All the prophets and all the prophets and all the apostles. Ezekiel, Habakkuk, all of them. And they were set up as an examples for us to have hope in these times, because things are written aforetime are written for our learning.
And this is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
That's it. Through patience and comfort of the scriptures, we might have hope. So now when we read what happened to the prophets back in the days, how the Lord was with them, So that applies to us today. That's the reason why those things were written, for us to have hope and comfort in these scriptures, man. Go ahead.
This Psalms 91 and 9. Because thou hast made the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
All right, so what does that mean, make the Most High your habitation? So we living in Babylon, man. This is where we live. All right, we're living in Babylon, but the scriptures say, flee out of the midst of Babylon, deliver you every man his soul. So where's your mindset at? What do you have your mind occupied on? If you have your mind occupied on the things of this world, you're going to be destroyed right along with it mentally. You're going to have abundance of anxiety and depression. I read an article in the midst of the beginning of the pandemic, and it says, with all this social distancing and with us being social beings, what is it going to do to us mentally when all this is over? Mentally, it's going to cause scar tissue and cause a perverse, corrupt way of thinking, where now there's no more hugging each other no more. We do everything from a distance because we don't want to get close. We don't want to embrace anymore. And that's the division that this devil is trying to put on everybody. But the Most High is doing his division also. He's showing love through his scriptures. He's showing love through his prophecies. Man. So therefore, we're embraced. Our habitation is in the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And we tell people, hey, there's a safe house over here. Remember, what was that? The Walking Dead, where they're walking and looking for that? No, I Am Legend. Where she was talking about there's a safe place, there's a safe zone, there's a safe zone. And they were trying to find that safe zone. That safe zone is in the Lord, in these scriptures, man. So that's where our habitation is going to be. All right, that was it. All right, who else I put up there? Go ahead.
Going back to what the brother was speaking on, looking at the generation of old. All right, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 44. I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, but these were merciful men whose righteousness have not been forgotten. All right, I'm going to skip down a couple verses to verse 16. It says, the people would tell of their wisdom, and the congregation will show forth their praise. Enoch pleased the Lord and was translated, being an example of repentance to all generations. Noah was found perfect and righteous in the time of wrath. He was taken in exchange for the world. Therefore was he left as a remnant unto the earth when the flood came.
Go ahead.
So even to this day, man, like it was brought up, look at the generations of old. Those were the prophets that was before us that took and stood boldly for the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They walked that path so we can walk, man, right after the Lord, man. So therefore, to this day, that's why we look at it, look back on it. Why? Because we're those same prophets of the day. So shit, we got to look back on what we did before, all right, so we can continue to do it, man. You know?
And keep the word he said, and Noah was considered perfect. So that perfection that Noah had is going to be on this earth today. All right?
Enoch was a perfect example of that. He was the seventh from Adam.
Good.
That's when the Lord really started delivering.
Good.
You know? And his grandson was Noah.
Good. And that's just it. So the Lord's been delivering us out of our calamities and from the beginning and preserve us from generation to generation to generation, all to this point to receive our reward. Right? But it's about this like it's about that perfection. All right? Go ahead.
This book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 6. How about we speak wisdom? Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect.
Oh, perfect in what? Perfect in faith. Perfect in the knowledge of the Lord, man. Because he's going to give that wisdom to his elect. He says, so how be it that we speak? Paul was disputing against the ones that came up in the Roman and Greek universities after that time. And they were just professing to have knowledge, so they were trying to, like what they would say debate today, they were trying to debate with Paul. But Paul was like, how be it we speak wisdom among them that are perfect.
They call it the House of Herod.
House of Herod.
The University of Herod.
Really?
Yep. They were called Herodians, but they were Greek.
So and they came disputing with Paul, and they read all these books, and they go to all these universities, they all whatever the manner of degrees they had back then. But that's where there's nothing new under the sun, man. Everything happened back then is happening today. All right.
Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught.
So the wisdom of this world and the princes of this world are going to come to naught. All right, this worldly wisdom is going to be destroyed by the wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That's the perfection, not being drunken by wine. Somebody get Revelation 14 and 4 or 14 and 5 real quick. Hold that spot real quick.
Revelation chapter 14.
So think of that perfection. We all strive for perfection, but we strive for perfection in a perverse world. You'll never be able to get that here. But you can get it through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai when you take your mind away from this world.
That's faith. That's the perfection. That's the only perfection we have right now. Is faith. You know, we're not gonna have the laws perfect. You're gonna try your best. You know what I mean? But Yahushua, he already got it perfect. That's who you count on. Yahweh, don't look at me through my perfection because I'm a fail. Look at me through Yahushua. He did it right. You know, and I know you'll forgive me if you look at me through his eyes, and through his sacrifice that he did. When he killed him, when they hung him on the cross and killed him, a so-called Negro man that they killed in 37 AD. They hung him on the cross and tortured him in front of him. He died, man, gave up his life for us. Yeah. His name is not Christ. His name is Yahushua. All right? But,
so that faith is what makes us perfect. And guess what? We profess our faith out there in the world. All right? So there's others that are like us that he anointed with that spirit. Go ahead.
Also, if I may add on, man, just like Job was a perfect man, like the brother was saying, man, perfect through faith. You know, you got the IUICs out there. Oh, man, he perfect kept the law. No, he's perfect through faith, man. You know, so with that being said, hey, that's the same walk that we're going to walk through today. Why? Because Job was put through hell, man. And that's what we're going through today. So why so our faith can be tried, you know?
He was put through hell, but maintained his integrity the whole time. Yeah.
Talking scripture.
Straight to the point.
All right. This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 5. It says, and in their mouth was found no God. Verse 4. It says, these are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
And that shows the faith. Even with the knowledge that they were given, they still took faith for them to follow the Lamb whithersoever she goes. But guess what? The Lord preserved them to be perfect in the image of Yahushua. So he won't see this filthy flesh when he looks upon his elect. He'll see the spirit of his son. And that's the perfection that we seek, to get exemption from judgment that the Lord is about to bring on this place, man.
Yeah, matter of fact, it says, verse 4, Revelation 14. It says, these were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
And that redemption comes from the seal of being the elect, having the Father's name written in your forehead, man. So meaning you're going to have that mindset of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, bearing that spirit, man, and having ultimate faith, not wavering left or right.
These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb.
Her first fruits to the Yahweh and to the Lamb, man. So they bear that spirit according to they've been washed with that river that comes out of the throne unto the Lamb, unto his elect, man. Go ahead. True baptism.
Verse 5.
And it all starts with faith, man. Because if you don't have the faith, the Lord's not going to install that knowledge on you, man. Or he'll make you a reprobate, man. That was it.
Verse 5, it says, and in their mouth was found no God, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
And because of that faith, in their mouth was found no God, meaning they spoke the truth, man.
Right. Basically, faith deals with confidence. So imagine you have somebody, and you tell them you don't have no confidence in them. You know, that's what they're doing with the Lord. When they don't believe in the Lord, his name Yahweh, and his son named Yahushua, a so-called Negro man from the tribe of Judah. That's our king, you know. That's right, brother. That's right, bro. See, we know, you know what I mean? But we have a zeal towards the Lord, but not according to knowledge. That's the point. All right? Go ahead.
All right. I got one for you. Okay.
Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn you up, saith Yahweh, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
So there ain't nothing going to come out of this but the elect, man. Everything else is going to be destroyed, man. So you have to have that faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right.
But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
So we're going to get those new bodies, man, the way we won't transgress any longer, man. And we'll have, man, listen, be perfect in the sight. Man, not only will we be in our mindset of Yahushua, we will be like him, man.
Right, that thing that they put in everybody's arm, that's what they so-called white man considers themselves trying to make you perfect through that. Make you a new being, you know what I mean? But new world order. But the Lord said this, in his kingdom, he's going to make you new, give us new bodies with the laws written in our inward part. So we don't have to even read any books, we're going to be the book. You see that? Just like he's the word, we'll be the word. And it says, and ye shall tread down the wicked, but they shall be ashes under your foot. All right, under your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh of hosts. All right, and ain't no prissy behind Edomite man with long goat hair gonna do that for you. All right, ain't no technology gonna do that for you, man. Ain't no government gonna do that for you. No money. None of their imaginations can do that for you. And they promising everybody this through that snake oil. My bad, brother. You know, and now what? Go ahead, bro.
Second Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 18. And now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed.
And who is that perpetual seed?
And also that seed is philosophy too.
It
continues through them.
So and that goes back to the wine. All right, let's get into it. Let's get Isaiah 20:99 real quick. Right. All right, go ahead. All the way to 12.
All right, come.
So that seed, man, that's beautiful. That seed is what they plant into the minds of the people that leave them drunken so they can perform their enterprises, man. That's beautiful. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
It says, stay yourselves and wonder. Stay in what? Because we the curses will put upon us that we have to go to the enemy for the want of all things. But for the ones that are of the elect that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, they shall no longer stay upon Esau, man, but they should stay upon the Lord. I wish I could find that scripture. Somebody could find it. It shall come to pass that the children of Israel shall no longer, wait a minute, stay upon. All right, I'll bring that place up, bro. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verses 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. A great fear fell upon them which saw them. 10 and 20. All right, and that's what they fear. They fear the truth because they lived in a world full of lies. Who was that? Rand Paul said, truth is treason in a world filled with lies. And we're in a world filled with lies. So that's why censorship didn't come in, fact checking didn't come in until you start teaching the truth. Until you start combating against their lies. Now they got to fact check everything. Come on, man. Everything's a conspiracy theory. If it goes against what they believe in or what they're trying to push, it becomes a conspiracy theory, man. Back to the somebody. Oh, Isaiah 10 and 20. You got it.
Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass that in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
In truth, man. What does Scripture say? Sanctify them through that truth. That word is true. So that's what ultimately protects us. Our faith. And once we have established our faith, we repent. And once we repent, all right, then knowledge, wisdom, and understanding starts to purge them, because we were born in the wickedness, man. Ecclesiastes 7:20 said there's no righteous man upon earth that sinneth not. So guess what? We need a purging process. We need to repent in a purging process. But within that, we still sin. That's why we have a deliverer, Yahweh Shai, that delivers us from our sins. But we have to have faith in him, man.
Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible.
Just like the apostle was going in the other day, man. Hey, we don't get cleansed with the
Hey, perfect example. What does it start saying? Hell, Satan. That's the new world order they're trying to bring forth, man. See that? Hell yeah, hell yeah. That's what they want to bring on the earth. Straight hell. That's the mindset of their people, man.
Hey, and then ours too, man. Might be a chocolate covered eater, like because I'm sitting there in the vibes. It makes no sense. All right, chocolate covered. Yeah, appreciate it.
Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand.
And that's where you're going to see the division among the people and the race bias.
They're going to be divided.
They're going to be divided. He walk around all hunky-dory being the token right now. But when that shit hit the fan, hey, he's going to be all kind of the N-words.
Right. Like castles, man. You like it or you love it? Which one?
No, I don't love
it. I know you don't. I know you don't. I know I don't want to
precept. All right, go ahead.
All right, man.
This is Psalm chapter 137 and verse 7.
Come on.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. All right, that's what Babylon did. That's what Esau did, help the Babylonians to bring us down, man.
We don't want your kids now.
We're going to tell you what's happening to your son right here. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee.
Hey, hold on. We're going to have them as slaves, though. Yeah, they're going to be slaves. I'm not. The Lord is. The Lord going to make them slaves. Nobody want your damn kids, man.
You the pedophile.
Hey, go get your corny ass out of here. Yeah, get that on tape. That's a death threat, idiot. Come do it now, bitch ass nigga. Come do it now, you faggot. Come do it now. Come do it now, faggot. Come do it now. Hey, come do it now, faggot.
One by one, fucker.
Bitch ass nigga, do it now. Don't talk about it. We out here every Saturday. Bitch ass. Come on, bro. My bad, man.
And that's what they know. That's perfect. That's what they try to do. He wanted to go back to these days where we running high when they come walking down the street. That's why the first picture he took a picture of was that. He loved that kind of stuff. That's why the elder said, you love that. No, I don't love it. I don't love it. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because you give them the right opportunity, they smile in your face. For the right opportunity, you ain't going to be nothing but a dumb nigga to them.
Yeah, but your Yosemite Sam, all he had in his damn fight was what?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, man. That's the one thing that make him tough, man.
And that's it. It's still Bugs Bunny was still running circles around him. But man, it's an old saying that my partner used to tell me. It's not fun when the rabbit got the gun. This is our gun right here.
That's why a lot of people scared to come out here. But they don't know we put our life on the line doing this shit. This ain't no game.
It's not. It's war.
This is our weapon. That's his weapon. We confident in ours. You understand? We willing to die out here today for you to wake up. And if something happened to us, we're going to continue.
That's amazing. Goddamn right. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what he's afraid of. He's afraid of you. Right. He's afraid of us dropping that seed into you because he wants to drop his seed. You get what I'm saying? To alter your mind, bro. That's what it's all about, the wine and philosophies that they put forth on our people. Mind you, our people is the target because everybody follows what we do. Everybody wants to be a rapper. Everybody wants to be a basketball player. Everybody wants to be a Jake until you get treated like one.
Right. Hey, if you ever hear me say the bundle of sticks, word man, stop me, please.
Oh, bundle of sticks, yeah.
Just stop me. Stop
yeah. I forgot.
Yeah, sometimes I get caught up, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. All right.
We can actually attack him for that. That's a death threat. But if we're not going to do that, we are spiritual person.
All right, go ahead.
Go back to the lesson.
Go ahead.
This is Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the device of the crafty, so that their hand cannot perform their enterprise.
So now, because we're all at a drunk state at one point in time, but the Lord gave us that, that wake up juice, which is that orange juice and BC powder when you're coming from a hangover. The Lord gave us that spiritually. So we woke up out of that drunken state. And such a beautiful thing. You would think in the minds of a lot of people, they develop a sense of hatred and dislike for the word because they understand they've been lied to their whole life. So they get pissed off at the person that exposes the lie, not the person that lied to them in the beginning. And that's what our people, 2/3 of our people like to do. So they if it were left up to them, they would destroy us and they would go back to this if they could get some form
of acknowledgement in this system.
But we want his kids in slavery.
Right.
Fuck his kids, man. We don't want his damn rotten ass kids. What they gonna do? Probably retarded. I might want to do it.
For real.
That's the way he thinks. See, you come at somebody negative like that, that's the way he thinks. He think we want his damn kids. That's what he wants. That nigga like, what, 4 foot tall? He don't want probably dealing with little children and shit, little pervert. Might want his damn kids.
Got that Napoleon complex. I seen him when he was walking down there. He was walking down there. And as he got close, he gonna try to walk on his tiptoe shit. I'm like, dude, you are like this big, bro. Like, I would thump the shit out you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we're not on that tough guy shit.
Yeah, but without the beard.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Yeah, the same guy.
Yeah.
And he always make threats, but now he getting more bold, so he must be going to the range or around some people now.
Yeah.
He make death threats like that.
Yeah.
That
shit like
probably got that snake on him.
He's that rational mind.
Yeah, he's spiking. He's spiking. All right. So the Lord is going to put the Spirit out on His elect to expose the wicked devices of the wicked, man. All right. Back to that Isaiah 29:9. What about Prashad?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 10. It says, "For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep."
So that's what He wants us to be. He wants us to be in that spirit of deep sleep. But the Lord woke us out of that sleep, man. Go ahead.
"And have closed your eyes, the prophets, and your rulers, the seers, have He covered."
All right, so He covered those people so they wouldn't be able to get the truth, so they could be blind leaders of the blind, leading all the blind to a ditch, man. I was on with it 12. All right, go ahead.
Verse 11, "And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed."
All right, so that book was sealed up, but now the seals are open. All right, and the prophecies are standing before us right now. So now that seal is open, meaning we're able to, the Lord opened up our minds so we were able to understand what this book is saying. All right? All right, so now somebody get Isaiah 6 and 10. Huh? Isaiah 6 and 10. All right, 6 and 8 all the way to 10.
Isaiah.
Okay. Oh, real quick, hold on. Let me get this 12 real quick.
All right, verse 12. "And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned."
So now that's why the Lord set up governors, teachers, and rulers over the elect. All right, it's levels to this. So we have people that we learn up under to get the full understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai, so we compare ourselves with what's to come. All right, so Isaiah 6 and 8 all the way to 10.
Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. And it reads, "Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send? And who will go for us? Then I said, Here am I, send me. And he said, Go and tell this people, Hear ye, indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not." It says, "Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears."
All right, so now there's certain individuals that the Lord's going to leave in that state of derision all the way to the end to be destroyed, man. They're not going to come out here and do this work, and if they start doing this work, they're going to stop. They can find any excuse not to do it, because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. The Most High Yahweh's chosen people. The Father's name is Yahweh. His Son's name is Yahweh.
This is Isaiah chapter 6.
Oh, okay. I mean, Romans 11 and 7.
This is Romans 11 and 7. "What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded."
All right, so the rest were blinded. They're staying in that state of deep sleep, man, a state of slumber. So they're going to fall to all the philosophies that are set up by these individuals to deter their mind, to keep them away from the truth. and to keep them in the covenant with the lies, man. All right, to keep them in the form of death, because the scripture says, "He that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." All right, the worst death is spiritual death, man. All right, keep going.
Verse 8, according as it is written, Yahweh hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they shall not see, the ears that they shall not hear unto this day.
All right, and to this day, man. And to this day. So it was put upon them back in those times, and they're going to stay in that state of derision all the way to the end, man.
And David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and recompense unto them.
So what was brought to them for their help ultimately ended up being their hurt. All right, go ahead.
Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their backs always.
Always, all the way to the end. They're going to be in that state of drunkenness and derision, and they're going to be drunk off the philosophies of Esau because he transgressed by wine, man. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned on their way on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
All right, so they go everywhere. They go to they go to Islam and Buddhism, Christianity, atheism, agnosticism, if that's the thing. All right, people say that a lot now. I know there's something out there. I just don't know what. All right, or they want to straddle the fence, or they want to be neutral. It doesn't matter. If you're not with the truth, you're against the truth. Bottom line. All right, so our people go try to find their own kind of way of righteousness instead of turning to the truth, man. All right. Somebody got that? Oh, you got it. You got a precept? All right. You got one precept? All right. Go ahead.
All right, it's a book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
All right, so the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. So he's going to condemn the wisdom of this world with the truth, man. Because they ain't nothing but lies that they're pushing out in these universities, man. Go ahead.
For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
All right, so when you're dealing with, when you're dealing with any type of history, world history, the majority of the faces that you see are the Caucasian race. Like, ain't nobody else existed around these times. Like, they're the only ones that had any prominent effect on them, what happened in those past days. You mean to tell me what? No, like, you're the only nation of people that have no pigmentation. So you're telling me you're the one that built this whole world? Like, nobody else did nothing.
Queen of Sheba, do that for her?
Queen of Egypt.
What was her name, man? Probably, I think that was her. They had one of them Edomites play the Queen of Sheba. She was African.
There you go.
Ethiopia or something like that, man.
Look at Moses. Moses, man. They had Charles Heston play Moses, man. And Moses was with the Egyptians as Pharaoh's stepson. So come on, man. Come on. So they're writing that all this was a political ploy to perform their agenda, because they control the school system, man. They control the money, the military, the school system, their religion. All right. They created all these forms of different religions, right, to deter the minds of the people and keep them away from the truth.
It's Jeremiah 16 and 19. And it reads, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit.
All right, so that's what they're going to see in the last days when we get boosted up, lifted up in those chariots and getting salvation. They're like, surely our fathers inherited lies. Not only did they inherit those lies, but God created those lies from the beginning. Go ahead.
This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
If he ain't the devil, who is the devil? If he ain't the devil, there you go. Right on time. There you go. He look just like all these motherfuckers. Man. They say we all look like. Man, listen. Let's keep going.
This Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, nor
nor knowledge of God in the land.
There's no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of the Most High. Without knowledge of the Most High, they're not merciful at all. They're not merciful at all, man. Man, listen, bro. That right there is only a fraction of their wickedness that they want to perform. That's only a fraction.
The Gadites and North American Indians too.
Like, look at all everywhere they go.
The backside.
It's like more, right? We need to have more.
Like we can literally make every single poster that we put out here something of their wickedness that they did.
Yeah, man. Even up to today, current modern time. Look at George Floyd.
I mean, come on, man. Yeah,
they doing modern day lynchings in the street.
You know what I'm saying? The power's in their hand to do it. You would think. My grandma always told me, you want to see the natural state of a man, put him in a position of power, and he'll show you who he really is. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. They're showing their wickedness, man. Man, they persecute us daily, man. Come on, we live on a rock that supplies everything that we need, but I got to get up early in the morning and go to work to pay some bills.
The new news is done.
Come on. Yeah.
Go ahead. It's Revelations 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. So yeah, this is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, man. You know, Egypt being just a house of bondage. All right, this is spiritually Sodom. All right, self-explanatory.
And not only not just with that, with the zestiness, but there was all types of wickedness going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, those 5 surrounding cities, man. It wasn't just the zestiness, but they were doing anything you could think of under the sun to be wicked. They was on it 24/7. Yeah, they were up all night being wicked.
Yeah,
just like I was
not only man and women and women, animals, just anything contrary to what the Lord has set up. The Lord's law, statutes, and commandments.
That was it. Yeah, please, go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah 18 and 18. Then say they, come and let us devise devices against Jeremiah. For the law should not perish from the priest, nor counsel from the wise, nor the word from the prophet. Come and let us smite him with the tongue.
So they were conspiring against Jeremiah around that time because he was out there teaching the truth. But the priests at that time were not coherent to the truth. They didn't want to listen. So Jeremiah was telling them, listen, man, Babylon finna come in here and destroy this place, man. And so they ran to Jeremiah and said, don't teach that because you're scaring the people. And we don't want them to be scared. Stop scaring the people. But the Lord kept telling them, go out there and teach. Go out there and warn the people because Babylon coming, man. I'm with Nebuchadnezzar right now. He's finna come. Let him know. All right. And he was telling us, go into Babylon. If you try to resist, he's going to destroy y'all. What happened? Went in, took the nobles. All right. Took Daniel and all the nobles, then came back. And destroyed it and burned down all the walls and had Edom, Esau, Caucasian race, come and help. They formed a league with the Babylonians and helped take us down, man. All right, so that's their mindset today. Anything to keep us away from spirituality, anything to keep us away from the truth, they're willing to do it. It's a new form of slavery today.
Come and let us smite him with the tongue.
So that's how our people, 2/3 of our people feel about us. They don't want to hear, they want to hear smooth things. They don't want to hear what's really going on. All right, so they tell us to stop teaching what we teach. They tell us we're teaching hate.
China, man.
They're saying we're teaching hate. All right, that was it.
And let us not giving heed to any of his word.
Don't give in to any of his word. So they don't want to give in to the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So therefore, they're not giving in to his mercy. Because he's trying to send mercy to his elect, but only his elect are going to be able to hear that word. No, my arm been wait. My bad.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
So that's going into talking about the vineyard, the vineyard that the Most High was pruning, right? So now you have this vineyard where he put good seed in the vineyard and it sprouted up good plants. And what are those plants doing? For the healing of the nation, all right, for the nation of Israel. But you have individuals that are of that same vineyard that are saying what we're saying is wicked. And what these individuals are saying is true. So they want to be of their father, the devil, man. So they're calling evil good and good evil. And that's what you're seeing today, man. So we're out here telling them who the devil is every time they ride by. We're out here telling them who the devil is, man, but they don't want to believe us. They want to tell us we're teaching hate. We're being deceptive. Go ahead.
They put bitter for sweet is sweet for bitter.
Bitter for sweet is sweet for bitter, man. These are sweet words that people are saying are bitter. But they are bitter because of the destruction, but it's sweet because of the salvation, man. All right, so the Most High is the author of a perfect balance, man. He will not leave you wavering in the mind if you believe on him. He'll tell you, man, this place is going to be destroyed, but I got you, man. All you got to do is have faith in me and my son, and I'll give you what you need for deliverance. Go ahead.
If I may add on, just like the brother was saying, man, hey, they'll sit here and say, oh, yeah, listen to Esau, but over us, they won't even listen to their own people, man. But at the end of the day, they're out here pleading to those people that they on side with, that their lives matter, which makes no sense. You know, Black Lives Matter, yada, yada, but yet you want to sit here and oblige to what they got to say instead of listening to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh talking about of his prophets.
Man, if y'all see the disclaimer that these churches are putting out now saying people can't come in and worship unless they, you know what I'm saying? They say, no, you can't come in and fellowship with us, man. What kind of God would say something like that? You know what I'm saying? That's all about deception, man. Their God, which is the devil, man.
Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine.
Mighty to drink wine. That's what it's all about, man. He's feeding them the wine. All right, they physically did that to the Native Americans, man. That's why in the Native American community, alcoholism is the #1 killer. Alcoholism and domestic violence, and opium. So they drugged them up, man, and confused them and put them in a state of derision, man. They're doing that physically and they're doing that spiritually. Check this out. What do you see on every corner in the hood? A church and a liquor store on every corner. They're trying to keep our people confused, man. It's all a setup, man. And they get pissed off at us coming out here. That's why they want to start censoring shit, because we're telling the truth. And they don't want people to wake up. They want people to stay drunk, man. But the Lord said he's going to wake up a small number, a small few that's going to believe on his name.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 14 and verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. And if he do it good, he do it then unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
Boom. Like, if he do it good, he doing it unwillingly, man. So there's always an ulterior motive. Just like his words are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, man. All right, go ahead.
All right, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. 20. Book of Psalms 55 and 20. He put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
And he put forth his hands as such that be at peace with him, man. Look what he did to the Native Americans. Like,
look what he's trying to do today. Yeah, they're reading Bible. Yeah, with Bibles, they want to cause physical harm to us. Still to this day, war is in their heart. It's in their soul.
In their soul, embedded in them. The Lord won't let them get rid of that either.
Right, that Edomite was actually in the right state of mind.
Good.
Shouldn't even got mad at him.
Good. Yeah.
He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
He has broken his covenant, man. They told us with the Emancipation Proclamation that we would be part of those individuals in the Constitution. But they lied. You ain't got no rights here, man. You don't got the right to do shit, but get somewhere and sit the fuck down. That's it. Man, animals have more rights than, happy bundles of steak. Hey, if you want to have rights as a Jake here in America, you got to be a happy bundle of steak. You know what that means. Look up what a bundle of stick is in your understanding.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for as I arrested, so does his wickedness.
Right, they make it seem like it's against the law to let the devils know we don't trust them. We don't trust you goddamn devils, man. Never will, never have, and never will again, man. I don't give a damn, yo. I'm gonna let you know to your face. I'm gonna look straight at you. I don't trust you, damn devil, man.
You got the right to say that because you got a track record and a history of doing so, man. Being the devil.
Right.
I was going to say, who would pity a charmer playing with a snake? Like, we ain't finna play around with y'all, man. Be like, oh, no, then you bite us. Like, what you bite? Man, we know you snakes. We know you devilish. I know it. Man, we know that any given moment you smile in my face, but you get mad enough, I'm going to be a nigga. I'm going to be a nigga, man. See that? I'm allowed to say that profusely if I want to. I can say nigga, 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 nigga. I won't get no flags on my page. But let me say anything about I get a flag. Let me say for real? That's a new one to me. But, so they really don't want you to say anything, man. They really trying to censor truth.
That's what's on it.
Con. But in verse 11, don't he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his wrath has not been altogether wiped away. All right, so somebody just read the scriptures. If he do a good deed, it's unwillingly, meaning it's done with an ulterior motive. All right, so don't he go crouching and humbling himself? It's what? It's to get you confused in the mind to make you feel like you can trust this devil every time. It make you feel like you can trust this devil, but you can't trust these devils, man. They shit on their own self, man.
Right, the word devil means deceive. God. They're set up to deceive, man. Everything about them. They put up this image. They put up this image of the Lord, saying that that's the Messiah. All right, they're the only nation on earth that really did that. Tampering with the Bible. That's right, man.
All right, go ahead and inject.
It's the book of Philippians 2:15. That ye might be blameless and harmless. The song 14. Okay. Philippians 2:14. Do all things without murmurings and disputing.
All right, so like back in the disputing. So without murmuring or disputing, because when we were in the wilderness, all right, they were murmuring and disputing against the Lord. And Moses was like, yo, he got us. He brought us out of Egypt, but they were still murmuring and disputing. But Esau has made the whole world a wilderness. So we're in the wilderness right now.
Right, you know, Jake, they always at each other. Huh. They call it the poison. One thing you hate, what? Niggas and flies. Huh. Gotta avoid them. Get them together in the room, it's gonna be a fight. Huh. You know? And that's just it. Yeah, man. So the Lord told us to be what? Transparent. Huh. You know, vibing in the spirit, making peace with one another, joining unto your brethren. Your brothers and sisters are only the ones that are in the truth, that believe in the same power, man. They're the only ones that's going to inherit the kingdom. Everybody else going to die off anyway. Even if we die in this truth, the Lord promised us that he'll raise us up when he shows up, man.
We have some more of that.
Yeah. Philippians 2:15. That ye might be blameless and harmless, the Son of God, Jehovah Shai, without revolt, and the midst of a crooked and perverse nation.
In the midst of a crooked and perverse nation. Perverse nation, man. And there's no more wicked or perverse or profane individual than Esau, man. He's the wickedest of the wicked. He's the top wicked. He sit at the wicked seat, man.
Among whom yet shine us a light in the world.
All right. So now we shine as light in the world of darkness, man. But they trying to dim that light with persecution. But the Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear. Somebody had to keep that back.
This Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
All right, so don't get comfortable here. She sat down with No, it's good to get comfortable here because this is the spirit of comfortability. All right. This is the comfort that the Lord sent out to calm our spirits, man. So we just want to get out of this place. Like Paul said, like I risk to be rid of this body because I know I have a heavenly tabernacle that await upon me. But as long as we're doing this work on earth, there's glory in these bodies. Because guess what? We're giving the glory to the Lord, man. While we're in these wicked and perverse bodies, we're fighting against the flesh and moving according to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sword destruction.
It's destroy your mind, man. The way he wants us to think, the way this devil wants us to think. He's trying to put his mind into our mind. When we're supposed to deliver, has to be delivered from the thoughts of man and give us the thoughts of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink, he shall even be the prophet of this people.
Boom. So our people are going to fall behind that. They're going to fall for the wine and strong drink that this devil does. All right. Somebody get Habakkuk 2 and 4 real quick.
This verse 12. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put them together as the sheep of Basra, as a flock in the midst of their fold.
God.
Right. You know, the lights in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation. God. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. You're making that great noise, man. No one has entered in the gates of no. God.
All right.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith.
So by knowing that, the soul which is in him that's lifted up, he's lifted up because of his pride and his greed. But it's not an uprighteous soul, man. That spirit what's in them is not righteous, man. So anything that comes out of his mouth is going to be wickedness, man. But the just are not going to be falling for that bullshit. They're going to live according to faith, man. Faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Keep going.
All right. Verse 5 of Habakkuk chapter 2. It says, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine.
He transgresses by wine, man. Man, listen, keep going.
He transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man.
He transgresses by wine, so he's proud. Because he's around here because he's fooling the shit out of people. You know how we used to be back in the day when we play in the field in high school. You got this girl on this locker aisle. You got this girl on this locker aisle. You laugh about it. Yeah, I got them fooled. They don't even know I'm messing with both of them. That's how this devil laughs at us. They don't even know that I'm really killing them. They don't even know. So he laughs about it, man. All right, it's amusing to him. All right, he's proud and it lifts him up. He thinks he's all powerful now because he has everybody in the state of derision. But the Lord has him in the state of derision.
Verse 5, Habakkuk 2. All right. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
So he has so much greed that he has to have control over everybody. Gathered unto himself all nations, and heaping unto himself all people. Right? He don't want to let you do what you're doing over here, and you do what he wants to have control over everybody. It's called world dominance. And that's the enterprise they've been trying to put forth from Alexander, man. The scriptures tell you that wicked root that came out of Alexander. And this is the establishment from way back then that is professed into today. That was it. So they're using philosophies and deception to rule the minds of the people, man. Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. All this stuff is the matrix. This doesn't really exist. That building, all these buildings over here was an imagination. It was a thought first. And they established their thought on earth. This is their mind. The wickedness, what you're seeing today, that's their mindset. They're giving us their nightmares. This is what they dream about all the time.
Right. Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
It's in the power of their hands to perform their wickedness that they think about all the time. So you're seeing their thought process, man. And they want their thought process to be in the minds of the people and put fear on the people. All right?
Right. One more precept to back it up real quick. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's just it. It's in the power of their hand.
The power's in their hand. And who gave them that power? Somebody want to get Daniel 4:17? The Most High gave them that power. So think about it. The Lord said, don't be afraid of them. I created them. Be afraid of me, because can no weapon formed against you prosper. Yeah, I put them together as being a punishment. All right, for the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 4, verse 17.
So knowing that I put them in control, don't be afraid of them because I'm not going to let them destroy you. All right, go ahead.
It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know.
All right, to the intent. So the watchers, the angels, and the messengers, all right, this is who it is for, so that the living may know. All right, the living, not the dead, not the ones that are drunk off wine, so that the living may know. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. Go ahead.
Come on. To the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whosoever he will and set up over it the basis of men.
So you have the lowest creature on earth, the basis of man, the most confused individual on earth ruling right now. But the Lord set that up. Why? To show his power. You have the biggest buffoon on the earth is ruling the world right now. Caveman is ruling. Ever watch that show, Captain? Individuals that look like this with this guy with his hand on his hip are ruling the world right now. They control your every move. Huh? Smithers. Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns and Smithers is ruling the world right now.
Hey, funny, Mr. Burns had ruled the plutonium in the goddamn movie Simpsons too, man.
Huh. Go ahead.
Proverbs 24 and 20 or 19. It says, fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked.
All right, because you see them living it up, but the Lord is letting them live it to their destruction. All right? Like just like how you have an older sibling or a younger sibling, they're around there cutting the food, but they don't even know their mama's standing right, or mom or dad standing right behind them while they're doing all that. The Lord is watching their every move. So we don't have to be jealous of because they feel like they put loose and fancy free and they're able to experience the world. They're not experiencing the world. They're killing the earth, man. They're not experiencing nothing. The only thing you can experience in this kingdom is death. That's it. There's no life in this. They cut down all the trees and put concrete everywhere. So they want everybody else to live like cavemen. They want to be I like walking. I like sitting and walking through grass, man. All right, that's what I like. They like concrete everywhere, man, because they're the original cavemen, man. That's their mentality, their way of thinking. Go ahead.
It says, for there shall be no reward to the evil man.
So there's going to be their reward is death, man, and destruction and slavery for 1,000 years. We've been in this place 500. Lord gonna give them double, and ultimately after that, he's gonna eradicate them off the earth. They've been trying to get rid of us, all right. But the Lord said only if the sun, moons, and stars will lose their course will he get rid of the children of Israel. Keep going.
God, it says the candle of the wicked shall be put out.
Jeremiah 31 and 35. The candle of the wicked shall be, so that beacon of light, that the beauty of the air of the Chaldees, the light of the Chaldees shall be put out, man. All right, the Lord is going to put the light out. Right.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 31 and 35. Thus say the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon.
So the Lord that gives the sun for a light by day and the ordinances of the moon, meaning the cycles of the moon, he created all these things, man. All right, go ahead.
And of the star for a light by night, which divided the sea with when the wave thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Keep going.
Jeremiah 31 and 36. Is those ordinances depart from before me?
So if the sun, if you ever see the sun not coming up anymore, if you ever see the moon not going through its phases, then the Lord will destroy the children of Israel. Keep going.
Say the Lord, then the sea of Israel also should cease from being a nation before me forever.
All right, so now you're not going to ever see that happen. The sun is not going to say, I don't want to identify myself as the sun anymore. I want to be the moon. That's not going to happen. All right, everything is going to stay in its course, man. All right, so therefore, you know, even though these devils devour us daily, the Lord's going to put a limit to what they can do, man. All right.
This is Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 8. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hand.
Man, listen, servants, man, they are servants, man. Man, Esau is the perfect slave, but he's in a rulership position right now. All right, go ahead. Okay. All right, so what is Israel a homeborn slave? No. We're only in this position because of our transgressions and for a lesson, man. All right.
It's Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Be not cut off in her iniquity. The Lord going to destroy this place. So flee out of the midst of Babylon, man. Deliver every man his soul. Deliver, man. Deliver your mind out of this place. Stop drinking drinking Babylon juice, man. It don't even taste that good once you realize it. Like somebody posted the other day saying, like, we drink liquor that is nasty to make us feel terrible the next day for a good time. That's the same thing like dealing with this world, man. You try to be a part of this system for a good time and the payoff at the end is destruction. Who does that? That's retarded. That's retarded, man. The Lord is giving you a sense of peace, but our people don't want to take it.
Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
Babylon been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. Lord use Babylon, use America to confuse everybody, man.
That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
So the nations are foolish, man. All right, because they drunk up the dollar. They bought into the dollar, man. Everybody had a hype in the dollar like the dollar was the Titanic, man. So now they're seeing the value of that dollar depreciate. Now these nations want their money back. They want their gold back. For real. All right. Huh?
Appreciate.
Somebody got you got Isaiah 29:13 real quick. That was it? Isaiah 29:13 real quick.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah 29:13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precept of men.
All right, so now that's Romans chapter 10:1 again. My people have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. So they go to conform their own righteousness, conformed by the precept of men. Them men right there. Them right there. No, them, both of them. All of them. All of them. All of this right here was conformed together to bring forth this right here, what they want to put into all the people. All right, so now they're using this thing to enter into the body of the people so they can bring forth this right here. And ultimately, they're going to use this right here to implement everything. We got it all. We got it all. They're going to use FEMA camps. They're going to use martial law, turning it into a police state, right? What is it? Order by chaos right here. That's what they're going to use, man. And guess what? They got everybody drunk off the dollar, even the people in the United States. Everybody has a dollar. They think they got something. All right. But little do they know, the more you hold on to that money and don't turn it into a live asset, the more it depreciates.
This is Proverbs 20:1. Wine is a mocker. Strong drink is raging. And whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise.
Deceived by the wine and the philosophies of Esau. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Because their imagination is becoming from the deception of Esau, man. So our 2/3 of our people become like those raging heathens, putting forth this profanity in the world. All right, being deceived by the devil, the deceiver, which is the Caucasian race, Esau. All right, that was it on 29:13. All right, somebody give me Proverbs 19:15.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 15.
But leave it up to them. You would have never thought that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans was God's chosen people, because they deceived the whole world and made us think that we're the savages in the problem. I'm walking down the street the other day. A lady comes and walks on the other side of the street. I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with you. But he has the whole world thinking I'm the savage, right? We don't have a track record in history on killing other people. We got a track record in history of killing ourselves because our people are in a confused state of mind, thinking that we're the enemy to each other, not knowing that this devil's the enemy because he has our people confused.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. By humility and fear of the Lord
are riches and honor and life.
Riches, honor, and life. When it said, I know that poverty, but thou art rich. Riches, honor, and life, man. There's glory in serving Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. There's honor in serving Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. He said he's gonna make you a part of his first fruits. There's honor in that, man. I don't want to be, every fruit of Esau is rotten. So if you want to be part of his first fruits, you're gonna be the first one hit by a missile.
All right, go ahead. This is Isaiah 5:20. Woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
All right, and so one thing about it, that's why 2/3 of our people should be afraid of the dark, but they're not afraid of the dark. They're consumed by the darkness because their evil, their deeds are wicked. All right, so they want to be part of the darkness because they don't want to be reproved. So they consider evil good and good evil. Why? Because their authority told them. All right, go ahead.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 15, verse 17. Before man is life and death, and whether him like it shall be given.
For man is life and death, and what his like he shall be given. The knowledge of life and death are in the power of the tongue, man. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. So guess what? Jacob's been given the spirit of life. Esau has been given the instrument of death, and he uses confusion to keep our people in a dead state, man. All right.
Go ahead. This back in Isaiah 5:21. Woe to them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight.
So there's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So Esau thinks he's doing a righteous deed, not according to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, but according to his God, which is money. Money, gold, oil, all the things.
I got two more verses. This verse 22. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink.
All right, so now you have your Jay-Z's, Beyonce's, Michael Jordan. So they're mighty to drink that wine. So they're going to be the first ones to help push the authority of the devil on our people. Go ahead.
I just shared a damn post about all of them, how they say they basically sold their soul over to the devil, man. Pretty much Esau. See, and every single last one of their track shit, they got them detouring our people away from righteousness.
It says, woe unto them that are mighty and strong, mighty to wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justify the wicked for reward, and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him.
And what do they say? They bless the covetous, man. That's what they do. They bless the covetous. That's what the elites of the wicked of our people. What does it say? Among my people are found wicked men. All right, you got it. What you got?
This Psalms 10. Psalms 10, because he blesses the covetous, right?
Right. All right, go ahead and bring this out.
This is Psalms 10.
This is John chapter 4, verse 22.
23. Okay. Go ahead.
Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
So salvation is of Israel, but within that, 2/3 of Israel are not going to make it. All right, only a small number out of Israel, majority of Israel gonna get it. They're gonna get it. That's it. That's all it is. That sums that up real quick. You got it.
Yeah, this Psalms 10:3. For the wicked boasts of his heart desire.
The wicked boasts of his heart's desire, man. So therefore, it doesn't matter what he brings forth to bring forth his heart's desire. Somebody get Revelation. Hold that right there. Revelation 6 and 8. Revelation 6 and 8. I think. This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 8. And I looked and beheld a pale horse. Yes. Come on. Revelation chapter 6 verse 8. And I looked and beheld a pale horse, and his man that sat on him was death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto him over the fourth part of earth. And you hold that real quick now. Power was given him over the fourth part of earth. Somebody get both y'all hold that. Somebody get go to Habakkuk 2 and 4 again. All right. He boasts of his heart's desires, man. All right, and he brings forth hell and death. All right, go ahead.
Book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Keep going.
Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keeping at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
Who enlarges his desires as hell, and is as death. man. That's how wicked these individuals are. They come by, walking by, and smiling in your face, but really they'll kill you. All right, hold on real quick. Let me go back to this. Now, I go back to that real quick.
This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked and beheld a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto him of the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and death, and with the beasts of the earth.
All right, hunger, sword, and death, man, with the beasts of the earth. So he brings forth death everywhere he goes, man. His largest desires is hell. All right, now go back to what you're talking about.
This Psalms 10.
Like with hunger, they're forcing a famine, telling all these farmers to mow down their crops and not deliver their crops, man. Come on, that's the mindset of this devil, man. Go ahead.
And this Psalm, back in Psalms 10 and 3, for the wicked boasts of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetousness, whom the Lord abhorred.
The Lord abhorred 2/3 of our people, like the Jay-Z's and Beyonce's and the Michael Jordan, that are trying to help push this enterprise by their authority and faith, man. All right, but they're getting the blessing. All right, they're getting the blessing of Esau, man.
The reward.
Getting that reward, man.
The consolation prize.
The consolation prize.
Precept.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Job 21 and 30. That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath.
They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath, man. So the Lord is going to destroy them, man. Destroy them with a source of destruction, man. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 14 and 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
And that's brought forth. So what you're going to see all these other nations, the kings of the earth, all right? All these other nations come forth and turn against them devils, man. Even the one that the devil came out of, man, said their mother shall, yeah, they're going to utterly burn her with fire. What did he say? Their mother, her mother that birthed. The mother shall birth shall be so confounded in thee. But basically, everybody's going to turn against America, and ultimately, everybody's going to turn against Esau, man. He's going to return back to that vagabond on the earth like Cain. It's going to be exposed that he was the one doing this from the beginning. All right? Just because the physical features changed, that spirit did not change all the way from Cain all the way to him now, man. He's going to bring forth that wicked. All right?
Nahum chapter 3 and verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. You know, and that's that ultimately, America is that gazing stock, man. It's confounded. You know, it's what's going to confound the mother that birthed this place, all right? Britain, all right? And it's destruction, man. It's the skirt being lifted on a woman, man. Being exposed for their evil deeds and their wine and deceit that they push forth, the demonocracy throughout the four corners of the earth.
And if I may add on, I just seen an article about China banning all the happy bundle of sticks offline, off shows, off everything, and out of the military because they want to promote masculinity among their congregation. But America, on the other hand, everybody's drunk and following after little nasty acts. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got nations that don't even allow women to be in the armed forces. You know? In America, that's all you got, you know, because they want to reap the benefits of America, you know. So you got a lot of women and a lot of, zesty mics in the military over here, man. No hard men.
Somebody get Psalms 59. 59. What is that? 59. It says, deliver me from the ones that have their portion in this fight. Start with
There's the book of Psalms, chapter 59, verse 1. Deliver me from my enemies, oh my God, defend me from them that raise up against me.
So when we're trying to tell our people who the enemy is, man, They want to be delivered unto the enemy, but we're trying to deliver them from our enemy. That history shows the track record, man. They've been our enemies from the beginning. Just because they made the plantation bigger doesn't mean we're still not in slavery. Emancipation Proclamation did nothing for us, man. We're still counted. That 3/5 of a man clause still stands, and you see them perform that. How is it that other nations can demand reparations and can demand rights, and when we do that, we're considered thugs and looters? When they bring in agent provocateurs to do all the looting and rioting, when we try to have peaceful protest, all right?
We don't protest.
But we don't protest, but that's 2/3 of our people that are in that mindset, thinking they want to try to establish rights in a place where it's not set up for them to prosper. This whole system is set up for us to fail, man. Set up for us to fail. This devil has made the whole world think that we're the problem, that we're the savages. We ain't done none of that stuff. We ain't done none of that stuff for nobody. They have a history of going into lands and invading lands and killing and slaughtering people, but we're the ones. We're the lazy bums that don't benefit this economy. We're the ones that sought up. We're nothing but thugs. They crossed the street in fear, thinking that we're going to take their money when they took everything from everybody else. They took everything from us, but they got the whole world think that we the problem. That's the point. We try to tell our people who our enemy is, but they spit us in the face. So why they're under their authority, the devil, man. The word devil means deceiver, and they are the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Book of Psalms, chapter 137,
and they stand there and smile in your face as if it's all good, but it's not good. Their children need to know that they devils too. Go ahead.
Remember, oh Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
So now they're trying to tear down this wall, but we're marching around the walls of Jericho, tearing down their wall. Go ahead, Juan. All right. Somebody bring out that Proverbs 19 and 50. Oh, you got it.
All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 19.
So if you don't know who your common enemy is, you don't know who you're fighting against, man. And we're here to tell you that Esau is the biblical name of the Caucasian race. They are the devil. The word devil means deceiver. Go ahead.
Proverbs 19 and 15. Slothful.
Hey, hold on real quick. And you know why they come up here and smile in your face when we're telling the truth? Because they know majority of our people don't even believe. So that's why they sit there and smile. Oh, it's a great thing what you're doing. They'll applaud it because they know our people don't want to listen. But they don't think they got judgment that's coming on to them. Go ahead.
Proverbs 19 and 15. Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and the idle soul shall suffer hunger.
And our people are being idle, man. That's why our people are suffering hungry. They don't even understand the hunger that they suffer from. They want bread and meat to put in their mouth, but they're starving spiritually. And we try to feed them, but our people want to eat the perverse king's meat. What did Daniel teach? Daniel told us not to sit at the table with the king and eat the king's meat. We're supposed to eat our provisions that was given to us, that was given to us by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. He said he'll prepare a table for us in the midst of our enemies, man. So we got to sit at our table and eat. We can't expect to get, man, listen, the scriptures say a man that hold on, somebody get Sirach 39. No, where it says money is the defense, but the fear of the Lord is above them both. Okay, I get you. All right. A man that begs from another man's table shouldn't even be counted as a man. We're supposed to sit at our table that the Lord gave us, man. But our people are confused because they want to sit down at the king's table and try to eat the king's meat, and that's putting them in more derision. Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense.
Wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense, right? So what do they use? They use their wisdom. What does it say in Ezekiel? It says, by that wisdom, thou art wiser than Daniel. By that wisdom, you have gotten great riches, man. So yeah, that is the defense. But how can you defend against that? Go ahead.
But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Actually, the life, that's not the one I was looking for. Go ahead.
I want to do this real quick. All right. Ecclesiastes 40, verse 26. I'm going to go down a little bit further. Riches and strength lift up the heart. What is that, Habakkuk? Spirit that lifted up with him.
Not upright in him, man.
Riches and strength lifteth up the heart, But the fear of the Lord is above them both.
So money is a defense. Wisdom is a defense. All right. But the fear of the Lord is above all that. That's our defense, man.
There is no want in the fear of the Lord.
So what does it say? Let patience have her perfect works, that you may be entire, wanting nothing. So once you establish the fear of the Lord, you have no want for this place, man. You don't want to be here. Who the fuck wants to be here for real?
This scripture goes with not moving in haste. You know? And it says this, and it needeth not to seek help. Right? We don't need that damn help. The fear of the Lord is a fruitful garden, and covereth him above all glory. My son, lead not a beggar's life, for better it is to die than to beg. The life of him that dependeth on another man's table is not to be counted for a life. For he polluteth himself with other men's meat, but a wise man will well nurtured will beware thereof.
He polluted himself with other man's meat, man. So what did Yahweh said? I have meat that you know not of. My meat is through the will of the Father, man. So we're supposed to be sitting at the table supping with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Right. Begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameless, but in his belly there shall burn a fire.
Burn the fire was ultimately going to physically burn them up, man. All right. So there's a fire brewing inside 2/3 of our people that's going to be ignited by the missiles, man. All right. All right, go ahead. All right, go back to that 19 and 15. All right, man.
Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you with the sword of destruction. We brought it out earlier. But again, this place is polluted. And the aim and goal is to pollute your mind, man. And so they can continue to destroy our people. Right? Polluted with the philosophies and the false doctrine, man.
Go ahead.
Wow. This is the book of Proverbs 19, verse 15. Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and the idle soul shall suffer hunger.
All right, so that's why the scripture said, give diligence to make your calling and election short. Because if you're standing out here idle, all right, standing in the streets idle, but you're subject to fall for anything. So slothfulness calls you to go into a deep sleep, man. And that's what Esau is trying to do, put everybody to sleep and keep them asleep. That's why you had your Obamas. That's why you have your individuals like that claim that they want to be in the truth, like Amari Stoudemire, but he's still not doing it the right way. That's still to put us in a perverse way of sleep, because guess what? You don't have a covering. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar playing both sides of the fence, man.
Well, I don't mind the devil's playground.
The devil's playground, man.
I don't devil I use you like a toy.
Somebody get
toy to be playing with.
Romans
Thrown away.
13 and no, Daniel 12 and 2. 12 and 1.
It's the book of Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time should Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
All right, that's the archangel under Yahweh Shai that's going to show up in the time of Jacob's trouble to deliver the elect, man, out of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, this is all, and that's why you have to keep your mind sound until that day, man. Establish your thoughts in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Keep going.
And there should be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation.
All right, so that lets you know, that's telling you that is the Jacob's trouble, because that same time was spoken of in Jeremiah 30. Go ahead.
Even to that same time, and at that time, thy people should be delivered. Everyone that should be found written in the book.
Written in the book of life, man. That's what you're trying to get your name signed in the book of life. Keep going.
Daniel 12:2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake.
All right, so everybody's in the dust of the earth, all right, but he's lifting some out of the dust, right, and waking some up. All right, keep going.
Some to everlasting life.
And those are the elect, the first fruits. All right,
and some to shame.
And some to shame. That's like your Captain Tazariak. That's like your Nate Satan. Those individuals are going to wake up. They're gonna know that they're the wicked, man. They're gonna know that they're promoting the wicked, man. They're gonna know that they're in the state of derision. All right, keep going.
And everlasting contempt.
Everlasting contempt. So they're gonna be in that contempt state all the way until the end. But when they're in the kingdom, they're gonna be born in the right state of mind. They're not gonna have to bear that shame. They're gonna know because they're born in the kingdom that they were one of the wicked. All right, but they're not gonna come back into the kingdom wicked.
This Proverbs 31:6. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open thy mouth for the dumb in the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction.
All right, so ultimately the elect are going to get the good wine of Yahweh Shai, but they used to drink wine for stomach infirmities and stuff back in those times. All right, but we're going to drink the good grapes, the good wine of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, not that tainted stuff that Esau got, man. All right, not that tainted stuff that Esau got. All right, go ahead. That was it. All right, somebody give me Romans 13:11. Daniel 13:11. Whoever get it first.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that knowing that the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep."
So what? Slothfulness causes a spirit of slumber. But now is the high time to wake out of sleep, man. What are you waiting for, man? We already know who the enemy is. We already know what the wicked plan he's trying to do. You hear it out of the mouth of the prophets. All right? So wake out of that deep sleep, man.
For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
So now is our salvation nearer than what we believe, man. It's right at the door, man. Apostle Tahar said himself, he thinks we might be out here 2022. Man, I hope we were out here yesterday, man, to be honest with you. Like, we're right here at the door, man. So all of this lollygagging around thinking that you have time, no, time waits for no man.
We got to make drastic changes, man, when you ready to get into this truth, man.
Life changes. Life changes. Meaning you're changing from death to life. You know what I'm saying? Make that life change, man. You should what you
might explain it to the brother too, you know, because he's interested. Some certain thing he might change.
Good. So any infirmities, a lot of our people like to say, "Oh, I'm waiting till I get my life right to turn to the Lord." No, you're not gonna do that. That's the devil tricking your mind. You're wasting time, man. The Lord will get you the way He needs you to be. All you have to have is that faith, and He'll change whatever He needs you to change within your life in order for you to do His work, man. Go ahead.
So it's Romans 13:11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
It's nearer than when we believe, man. We always believe, but now that you think about it, like the time is going by so fast. I thought yesterday was 2016. Like time is going by so fast, like we are at the door. So that's like right now, it's like you being in 12th grade and you got 2 days left of school and you drop out. That's how close we are to salvation. Go ahead.
Verse 12. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light.
All right, so let us put on the armor of light, be covered in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We're not the children of the dark. We're the children of the day. All right, even though we're in nighttime right now, the night is far spent, but we are the children of the day, man. So we have to shine that light. All right, somebody get 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. You got it? All right, go ahead.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. But the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief of the night.
That's why the scriptures say, watch and be sober. That's why Paul said, I don't need to tell you when he's coming, because you know that the Lord is going to come in the thief of the night, but it shall not overtake you, because you're going to be watching, man. Watch and be sober. Be vigilant, all right? Go ahead.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh shall come as a thief of the night, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, and travaileth upon the woman with child.
All right, so when it shall say peace and safety, then destruction's going to come. All right, let's see how she's laying in the grass right now. That should be the state of mind that we should be in when all hell breaks loose. And that's the state of mind that we're going to be in, Lord willing, one part of that number, when all hell breaks loose. All right, because we're in a state of rest, because we're resting in Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai.
Matthew 9:37. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore to the Lord Yahweh of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into the harvest.
And so that's therefore send forth laborers, man. So get out here and do the work, man. Yeah, don't wait till you see somebody pass or you see something happen to somebody, then you want to get out there and do it. Now is the time to get the job done, man. Now is the time, guys. Go back to that.
Man. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman in the harvest that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
So study to show thyself approved, man. Come sit down at the Lord's table and sup with him. Gain all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that you can. That's the reason for us coming out here on the highways and byways and teaching. So he said, by the foolishness of preaching, he'll save those that believe, man. And your beliefs are going to be shown towards your actions. Right. That's just it.
Proverbs 1:2. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase in learning. A man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
That's studying to show yourself approved. A wise man will hear and increase in learning. It won't stop. You will never be completed with learning, with gaining knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Only until we get to the kingdom, then we'll have we'll be all righteous, we'll be all knowing at that time.
Right, precept. Isaiah 13:1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
That banner, that standard is Yahweh Shai, man, upon the high mountain, which is America, ultimately around the four corners of the earth.
Right, man. That's right, because it used to be the laws over us. You know? But now it's the banner of Yahweh Shai. All right. I'm saving that one. One second. It says what? Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them. That's why we yell when we come out here to teach. You got to exalt your voice. All right, we got to exalt our voice when we speak. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles, man. All right, so our job is to come out here and teach. Reach one, and teach one, so that they may be sent into the harvest as well, man. All right, and find others like us and like them that believe. All right, go ahead, brother.
Quick interjection.
Yep.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2. I'm going to go straight to the point, verse 2. And these things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. Conan, I was just bringing that out to back up the elder, man. You know, that's one of the main things that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai elect will be doing in these times. The 144,000 men that he have elected, they will be out here prophesying. He said he chose through the foolishness of preaching to save them which that believe, man.
We're gonna wrap it up, actually. You got free.
The book of Sirach, chapter 34, verse 13, verse 16. No, 13, Sirach. It says, the spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live. Right. For their hope is in him that saveth them. Right. No, it says, whoso feareth the Lord shall not fear,
nor be afraid, for he is their hope.
Right. So if you fear the Lord, you're not going to be afraid of what these devils pushing, period. All right. You're not going to be afraid of it, man. People that's running to go get it, people that's running to these hospitals, you know, and these centers, they fear man. They fear these establishments, man. They fear the threats of Biden and these corporations. They don't fear Yahweh, man, the God that saved us from Egypt, man, that delivered Moses and protected Moses in the midst of all the plagues that the Lord brought upon Egypt. All right, go ahead. No, my bad. Finish that.
It says, blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord.
Right, so blessed, your soul is blessed, man. Go ahead.
To whom doeth he look, and who is his strength? Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
The stronghold. It says, for the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him.
Right.
He is their mighty protection and strong stay.
Right, so you represent the apple of the Lord's eye. The Lord's focus, man, to deliver you. That's why the scriptures say the Lord knows how to deliver the righteous out of danger, out of temptation. All right, go ahead.
It says a defense from heat and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling.
Right, a cover from the sun at noon, man. All right, noonday is when Esau at the height of their damn rulership, and when they had the height of their rulership, ever since the 1920s, you know, you had the Roaring 20s, and then the 1950s, they've been putting hell on our people, man, here in America. All right, go ahead. Setting up their systems, man.
It says a preservation from the stumbling and a help from falling.
Right, so the Lord is going to preserve you from stumbling and to help you from falling into the hands of man. All right, and falling off the path. That's what the Lord promised you, man, but you got to believe in him first, and you got to take the first step, and the Lord will carry you and work with you the rest of the way. All right, go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1.
Right.
All to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Right, so 2/3 of our people, they take counsel in these churches, they take counsel at their schools, they take counsel with their jobs, the corporate mindsets. All right, and also they take counsel amongst themselves, being led by their own understanding. But the Lord said we're supposed to take counsel of him and listen to his voice. All right, that represents the men of the Lord. That was it.
And that cover with the covering,
right,
none of my spirit.
That's right, because this man going into slavery, man. They put us in slavery, but we ain't supposed to talk about it. Better get ready. You walking that track around the earth. That's what it say, man. You know, the Lord gonna chase him out of here. He's gonna be at the chase road. All right, so they can talk about their guns, their weapons. We expect y'all to talk about that because that's the only blessing you got. That's what you put us in slavery with first. So of course you're gonna threaten with firearms and shit. Because Esau's a damn caveman. What do cavemen do? They throw rocks. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to talk intellectually or intelligibly. He gonna throw a fucking rock in your face.
Hey, that's it too.
That's how they talk, man. So us, we talking gibberish to them, man. They're like, you know, that's making his brain swell up.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's Isaiah chapter 14.
Right. The scriptures say, cast not thy pearls before swine. They'll turn and rent you. They represent that swine as well. Esau, the pig, what you call what they call Khazars. All right, go ahead, brother.
I'm gonna start from 9. Yeah. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Right, so the brother brought that out earlier, but check it out. What the hell represents what? Destruction. All right, and all the destruction is coming on Esau, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
It says, it stirs up the dead for thee.
Right, so the Lord is stirring up all these nations, stirring up the spirit of the Medes, which today represents Russia. All right, stirring up all the spirits of these other nations, China. He's stirring them up, Iran. You're hearing these names nowadays. It becomes a hot topic. Go ahead, brother.
Even all the chieftains of the earth, it have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Right, they got these idiot Edomites. They got as tough as they want, but you can't shoot a bullet at Russia. You can't shoot a bullet at China, who's the world ruler right now. America used to be the world ruler with the dollar. Now China rules the world. Why don't you do something about that?
Good, brother. And if I may add on, I just want to bring that precept up, just like the elder was saying, man. Hey, y'all about to get it just the same way that y'all gave it to us, man, but 1,000 times worse in the righteous way, man. You know? Right, brother. Go ahead. Going to the point, I had one more going over to verse 21 of Isaiah 14. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So come on, man. Going back to verse 9, hell is beneath these coming up to meet you, man. Why? That's the first step to y'all ass going into captivity, all right? Why? Because, hey, shit, that's the first step of us going in that righteous restitution, that righteous rulership under the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. And after that, y'all ass cut off after 1,000 years, man. It says that they may not possess the land nor the cities, all right? Why? Because y'all think y'all shit gonna go on forever, according to Psalms 49. You know, but hey, it's gonna be like the brother Canuck brought out earlier. Hey, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua set a boundary that y'all ask for not pass.
Boundaries. What happens when you find out you got boundaries?
That's what he thinks. He's so his soul is so lifted up from his pride. He don't think he has boundaries. That's why he's willing to do anything. You know.
And what a great wrath coming down too, because they found out they answered a box that they can't really get out of.
Esau being thinking that he don't have boundaries, you got to look who's the first. He said he just bought a planet. You see what I'm saying? The whole time, everything belongs to Yahweh. He paying payments on the planet, the whole planet. And he don't never get to see it. And it's a gas planet that there. He got to see it. The caption was, you know that thing that Mr. Musk got? Mr. Musk, Elon, you know what I'm saying? That little thing. That was his caption. The pound sign, and it was that. Mural.
Yeah, he gonna sell this shit on the NFT. Yeah. He gonna sell his life on NFT. I'm gonna buy it. How much NFT is his life? I'm gonna buy that. $2
That just shows the mindset of Esau, and how when our people get that mindset of Esau, it's even more way perverse than Esau's way of thought. Because the scriptures say, y'all has exceeded the wicked, the wickedness, man. Like, goddamn, Esau was the example, and y'all said, I'm gonna outdo him. That's crazy, man. All right, Daniel 12:3. Right over that, Daniel 12:3. Yeah, it's Daniel 12:3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. And that's what you got to look forward to, man. They that be wise shall shine like the brightness of the firmament. Meaning you're in this dark place, but you're a beacon of light, man. Because of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that you have, and that you're going to teach others. Because the Lord is going to put a spirit in you. All you got to do is have faith and believe. Don't figure out what move you're going to make, because he done already made the move. All you got to do is walk. Walk on that righteous path, man, and you cannot fail. Everything else is setting us up for failure, bro. Good. Call on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. You'll see everything. You'll see furniture move. For real. What you mean? Obstacles getting out of your way of success. That's what you're going to see. You want to see success? There's no way you can succeed in this on this earth right now because of what's in your way. But success comes from faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. He will show you the true essence of what success is. All right? 1 Thessalonians 5:1. All right, go ahead. This is Ezekiel 36:27. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and you shall keep my judgments and do them. Go up one more verse. Verse 26. A new heart also will I give you. A new mind. That's what the Lord is giving us right now, establishing us a new mind. And he's going to perfect that mind with the new covenant when he puts us in the new body. All right. He can't perfect the mind because we're still wrapped in this filthy flesh. All right. Go ahead. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. So we hard-headed and stiff-necked right now because we got a stony heart. But he's going to give us a heart of flesh, man. Billie Jean. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Yeah, one. 5 and 1.
It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. But the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
All right, so now the face of the one that truly believe in Yahweh by Shemel Shai are going to shine like the firmament, all right? So those are the children of the day, not the children of the night, even though the night is far spent. Go ahead.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them and travail upon them as a woman with child.
All right,
they shall not escape.
They shall not escape that judgment. So how do you escape the judgment? Through faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai. It says, "He that believe on him and call upon his name shall be saved." And that's what we're looking for, salvation. We don't want him to turn back to destruction, because that means that Esau won't be destroyed and his kingdom will still stand. We want destruction to come forth, but we want to be in the heat of that danger to be purified and made white, meaning having a new covering. Man. Go ahead. Can you imagine having a new body? You ain't got to sin no more. You ain't got to worry about your father being mad at you. But ultimately, even on earth, you want to please your parents. But we know we can't please Yahweh, but Yahweh Shai was able to please them. So now we looked at as in the image of Yahweh Shai, man. And that's ultimately what's going to bring us to salvation. Go ahead.
Revelations 3 and 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Boom. And that's that slumber that put you in a deep sleep. So the Lord will put you back in derision if you got to get out here and do this work, man. It says the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are fruitful. Pray for more laborers, man. In the spirit of Yahweh by Shemel Shai. Go ahead.
Because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. That's
right, and look at Jay-Z and all them. That's them 100%. Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Nasty X. All right, that's the state that they're in. They feel like what salvation can they want? They feel like they got everything, but they don't even realize they're miserable and poor, man. They don't even know it. All right. Yes, more.
I counsel thee to buy me gold tried in the fire. Well, actually, let me get to the point. Verse 19, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and with me, and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit have said to the churches.
And that's all about having faith. The Lord Yahweh Shai went through the purging process of being crucified, man. And he was made a little lower than the angel so he could feel the affliction that his brother was going to feel. But he said that we're not going to feel it as much as he felt it, and he's going to deliver us from that. So get out there and do the work as he did. He said his meat is to do the will of the Father, man. We know what we worship. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore, the brethren, give diligence to make your call and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail.
If you do that, you shall never fail. Somebody get Hebrews 6 and 10 real quick. Do the work, you're not going to fail. You do it in sincerity and in truth, you're not going to fail, man. All right? So give diligence to make your calling and election sure. The Lord is not going to. Esau is the only wicked individual that have you work for him and don't pay you, man. All right? The Lord said he's going to pay you for working with him, man. Go ahead. Somebody got it?
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 10. For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shown towards his name.
The Lord, Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your works and labor of love that you showed towards his name. All right, just do the work, man. Do it. Go ahead.
And that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
That you have ministered and do minister, meaning you ministered, but you ain't stopped. You kept going. All right? Go ahead.
And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end.
Who show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope until the end. All right, that's where your hope comes from. If you're hoping for something, you're going to do the work behind it. If you're hoping to be a basketball player, you're going to practice and be perfect your skill of basketball. Same thing being in this truth. You're going to perfect and the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua within you, man. All right.
Isaiah 40:10. Did we bring this up? No. Behold, the Lord Yahweh, a so-called Negro, that's what it looked like. Behold, the Lord God will come with strong hand. That's that smite to the face.
Smack to the face. Breaking their teeth out of their mouth.
And his arm shall rule for him. So who is his arm? Talking about Yahushua. He's going to rule for Yahweh. All right. Behold, his reward is with him. So you want the reward is with Yahushua. And his work before him. So we represent his work. All right. We're the ground that the Lord is tilling the soil, breaking up our fertile. We say break up that fallow ground. Yep, talking about your mind. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He's feeding us now. We represent his flock, the men. He shall gather the lambs with his arm. So he's gathering the lambs. We represent the lambs. All right. A lamb represents something for sacrifice or something pure. All right. So what are the sacrifice we give? We give spiritual sacrifice, acceptable to the Father. Right. Now it says he's gathering us through Yahushua, his arm, and it says, and carry them into his bosom. What he called Abraham's bosom. That's the promise that's given to Abraham, and we're going to be carried into that. That's into the kingdom. All right. And shall gently lead those that are with young. So he's going to gently lead our children as well, and our women, and the men that have children. All right, he's going to be very gentle to them, man, and guiding them to the kingdom as well. All right.
It's Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 3. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, break up your fallow ground and sow not among thorns. Circumcise yourself to the Lord and take away the foreskins of your heart, ye men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire and burn that none can quench because of the evil of your doings. Meaning come out of the mindset of Esau, man. Stop calling good evil and evil good. All right, know what is good and what is evil, man. To prepare yourself in that day. Preparing yourself in the name and establishing yourself in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, breaking up that fallow ground and letting the Lord come in and sup with you, man. Not being so hard-headed. Go ahead.
It's Ecclesiastes 8:1. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, and that in regard of the oath of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, be not haste to go out of his sight. Stand not in an evil thing, but he doeth whatsoever pleaseth him.
And that's what the Lord's doing, whatsoever pleases him. So understanding his will will give you comfort on the earth, because you understand why judgment is being brought forth. And he'll give you an exemplar from that judgment if you believe in his son, man. All right, he said his right hand is gonna bring us unto salvation, bring us unto Abraham's bosom. And that's Yahweh Shai, that extension to bringing us to Yahweh, man. So we have to believe on that. And that's just it. All right, go back to the First Thessalonians. I think you start 5 and 2.
What's that? 25%?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 and 4.
Hey, Shalom, Yaquab, Judah, Israel, Shalom, Jeremiah, Mickey, and Shalom, Nakala, and Shalom, Debar. See y'all, man. Y'all about Shem Yahushua Barakathon. That's right. Burn Babylon, burn.
That's right. Burn Babylon, burn. Go ahead. Oh, just like how they said, raise it to the foundation thereof. Back when Babylon came and destroyed our temple, blow it to the foundation thereof. That's how we're gonna be tested. Standing on a sea of glass, watching this place burn. Go ahead.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness.
Boom. That's why the elect faces are shining like the firmament, man, like the stars of heaven, man. All right, because of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, go ahead.
That day should overtake you as a thief.
All right, so that day won't overtake the elect as a thief, because why? They're standing there watching. All right, go ahead.
Ye are the children of light and the children of day. Ye are not the children of night nor of darkness.
All right, we're not the children of darkness, man. All right, we're the children of the day. So in the midst of darkness, in the valley of the shadow of death, man, we're going to shine like the firmament, man. All right, go ahead.
Therefore, let us not sleep as do others. Let us watch and be sober.
Watch and be sober, man. So don't be drunk off the philosophies of man, of Esau, man. All right, go ahead.
For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
All right, so they drink, they're drunk, but not of strong drink. They're drunk, but not of wine. They stagger, but not of strong drink. They're drunk off the philosophies and the confusion that was put forth by the devil, man. Esau, go ahead.
But let us, who are of the day, be sober. Put on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet, the hope of salvation.
The hope of salvation. Always that factor of hope is there, man. The hope of salvation. Keep going.
For God had not appointed us to wrath, but obtained salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
And that's that right hand that's been that extension that's sent out by Yahweh to deliver us, man. All right. He didn't appoint us to wrath, but he pointed us to salvation. As long as we go according to his word. Go ahead.
Who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him.
All right, so we're gonna live together with him ultimately in the kingdom, whether we die in the truth or we get delivered. All right. We're gonna be with Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai in the kingdom, man. That was it. I can keep going. What verse that is? So what number verse? 11. Yeah, go ahead. You get some more precepts? All right. No, let me read that. That was it. My point.
It's Ephesians 6 and 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day.
That's a bad time that's coming to this place, man. So you'll be able to withstand the evil day, man. We got to put on the whole armor. Consume the whole road. Study to show ourselves approved. A wise man will attain unto wise counsel. All right, go ahead.
And having done all to stand.
Having done all to stand, man. Give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Go ahead.
Yep, that's character building, building your camp, building your brothers, building your family, you know, not just yourself.
Good.
It takes the whole unit, man. You got to build each other up.
Good.
Towards the kingdom.
Good. Good. Go ahead.
Standing therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
To quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Not just those missiles, man, but the things that he spews out of his mouth, man.
Yeah, their plans and their unrighteous decrees.
Right.
Those are all fiery darts.
Good. See, look at it. Look at it. The fire around all of them.
That's that agenda.
That they're trying to push forth. And how are they doing it? Through fear. But we haven't been given the spirit of fear, man. So anybody that fear this devil, man, you're going to fall right into his trap. He's going to lead you right into the trap because you're running off of fear.
Yeah, most of the sheep that are in the slaughterhouse don't know they're in there. Don't know they're about to get butchered. They go right to the damn butcher. You know? Think it's the shepherd.
If I may add on, it was like a little drawing cartoon with Thanksgiving. It had all the farm members on there. Hey, turkey, you think if they want to kill us, think they'll be feeding us all this food? They just get you nice and pumped and ready for that day, man. You know what I'm saying? It's building you up.
Depopulation plan, that's what it's called.
Get some more precepts?
We're talking about the path of destruction. This is Psalm chapter 16 and verse 11. That will show me the path of life in the presence of fullness of joy. At thy right hand, there are pleasures forevermore.
Read that again.
This is Psalm chapter 16, verse 11. Thou will show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy.
All right, the path to life. But Esau's going to show you the path to death.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At thy right hand, there are pleasures forevermore.
Oh, they're right hand again. Man, come on. Y'all want to understand what pleasure is? Y'all want to understand what peace is? Y'all want to understand what nurturing is? That right here in Yahushua, man, will give you all that. Esau give you bullshit. Go ahead. All right. Esau gives you false reality and false hope. False reality and false hope. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 17, man. You know, just like the brothers were speaking on, we live in some times that we got to stand firm in the faith that we're in, all right? It's Jeremiah 17 and 17. It says, be not a terror unto me, thou art my hope in the day of evil. Let them be confounded that persecute me.
That's right.
But let not me be confounded.
Look at this, be not a terror unto me, because understand that the Most High is the king of terror. And you know how terrible, we know how terrible he's going to be to Esau and 2/3 of our people. Be not a terror unto me, but be a refuge from my spirit. All right? Unto your glory, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed.
And think about it. Think about it. That's going against the 2/3 of our people in what is it? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. It said, let us try his words. He said that he is a man of God. Let us test his words and see if God be with him. So that's chapter 2. The water. So that's a prayer that he's saying. Let them keep confounded in their thoughts. Let your glory be shown in the thoughts that you have given unto me. Go ahead.
Bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction.
And that's what's going to happen to Esau, double destruction. Thus saith the Lord. Some more precept.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate.
So they hate life, man. They ultimately hate life, and they made a covenant with death and found pleasure in wickedness and unrighteousness. Go ahead.
They abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
And they want to be perverse like Esau, so they abhor them that speaketh uprightly. They don't want to be corrected. Go ahead. That was it. Any more precepts? Any more precepts? All right. So that was the lesson, man. I'll keep going a little bit.
This 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
And that's the main thing that he uses, is deception, man. Deception to deter the minds of the people. Because we're out here to teach the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that they're Israelites of the Holy Bible, but it doesn't go according to color. And it goes according to your bloodline, what spirit was placed upon you. All right, go ahead.
Back in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
All right, so that was Paul letting you know about 70 AD, and that man of sin be revealed. He was talking about the Roman Empire, man, Titus and Vespasian. All right, and that great falling away of the nation of Israel, man. But now we're being risen back up. All right, in the heat of all this destruction, we're being risen up. All right, go ahead.
Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
If that ain't the biggest illusion of them all, the devil putting himself in the position of being God. But he is the God of this world. All right. But the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, is the creator of all things. So within that, you get surpassed the clouds and go into the heavens with your understanding. All right, and understanding that the Most High put him in this position for his judgment. Go ahead.
Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
All right, so now it's being revealing the destruction of this wicked, perverse kingdom, the Caucasian race. For all the wicked devices that they bring forth, and judgment is going to be brought unto them by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, thus saith the Lord. That was it.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he now will let till he be taken out of the way.
The mystery of iniquity, the mystery of sin, the mystery of the imbalance, man. Keep going, there's some more on that side.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
So we're telling you who the devil is. That wicked is being revealed. He's being consumed with the spirit of the mouth. Not only in the mouth of the prophet, but the mouth of that chariot, when he shoots those labors and zap this place down, man. Go ahead.
And shall destroy
That they consume with the word.
Come on. Go ahead.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
That's the chariots.
Come on. And that's him showing up with the chariots. All right, utterly destroying this place. That's when you see the white aiming thunderbolts, man.
Right, that's our backup. They say when the cavalry comes in.
Come on.
That's right, man. You know what I mean?
What did he used to do? Oh, then they got hope. They got hype. Then you watch some old Western movies when they hear the cavalry coming in, they're about to lose their cavalry. That's gonna be us when you hear the horns from them, the trumpets from them chariots showing up, man. Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 21. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to the mark.
So now, you know, the missiles, they're going to be on point. So imagine the lasers and dust from the chariots. Oh, right here. And the other one, if you want. But this is what you're going to see in those days, man. The Lord, he said he cometh with the clouds and all eyes shall see them. Even those that pierced him, man. Boom, there it is. There it is. That's what you're going to see, man. So we've been prophesying about this. Look at this. For years, man, waiting on this day of deliverance, man. Every time we come back down here on this earth, same routine, man. And the Lord will preserve us all the way till the end. All right, to reap our reward, which is salvation. Right.
I knew this one. Oh, we got more, right? We got to do that. Second Ezra's 2 and 38. It says, 37. Oh, receive the gift that is given you and be glad. See, the Lord telling us to be glad, man. Yeah. Every time you be glad, the fucking devil try to come up and steal it. Giving thanks unto him that have called you to the heavenly kingdom, man. Mm-hmm. So you're being called to the kingdom. All right, so that's what we're giving thanks for. Arise up. So arising up means bring your ass out here and teach and study. As you are rising out of the dead, the congregation of the dead. And stand. Behold the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord. And that goes with Ezekiel 37 and also Revelation 7. Which are departed from the shadow of the world. So we're departing from the shadow, the covering of America and Esau, another world. And these other nations and these philosophies and idolatry and their wine, man. All right? That's what that represents. The shadow of the world. And have received the glorious garments of the Lord, man. So when you get delivered, you'll get a new body that the Lord promises. Righteousness. You'll be born righteous. Created righteous, man, with a new body. All right? It says, take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those that are dying, that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. And what's the main law of the Lord? It's faith in Yahushua. All right, and those are the ones that's going to fulfill it. Their faith is going to fulfill it. All right, the works. And it says this, the number of thy children whom thou longest for. That's 144,000 men, superheroes. That was the Lord raising up, 144,000 super beings on this earth. But it starts off with a spiritual army first. It's raising us up like this. He said, I send you forth as sheep amongst wolves. So we know they're going to make physical threats while we make spiritual threats from our power. You know what I mean? So they can say what they want. Now, check this out. It says, take thy number. So you want to be in that number. All right? Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed. So you got to be called into this from the beginning. Esau wasn't ever called. They got their blessing. We living in their damn blessing right now. All right, they were called to be in perdition from the beginning. You see that? But we were called to the kingdom from the beginning, man. All we going back to Adam. All the way back to Abraham. We've been called to the kingdom. All right. It says, I take the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. And every brother that comes into this truth, they represent the number of the ones that's being called into this truth. The Lord got a set number for the elect. All right. They call them superheroes today. But they used to be called gods. Somebody got that scripture? I said, ye are God. We the gods of the earth. You know, be able to manipulate elements and stuff, man. All right, you can manipulate an element now just by blowing hot and cold air out your mouth. You see that? All the Lord got to do is enhance that. We don't need their technology to do it. That's what they're putting in people. It's a technology. You know, it's actually something that's mechanically alive, and it operates off of 5G and 4G. You see that? You know, I'm going with it. I can't say too much on the YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are gods.
Right. The Lord said, we are gods, man. Go ahead.
I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High.
Right. We are the children of the Lord, man. We're children of the Most High power. The God that created all the elements that you see and breathe in. He's telling us that we're gods, man. What does the word God mean? It means powers. We the powers on the earth. But who has the power right now? Esau. These damn devils. One they call the Caucasian race, but biblically they call Edomites. All right? That's why we keep saying Esau. All right, Esau just means what? Wasted away. They were born with no color. You see that? They don't have no carbon. But then you have Edom. That's their nation. You got one man named Esau, but as a nation, they're called Edomites. They're the red nation. You look at them, their skin not white, it's red. Right? So they're the ones from the beginning, like Alexander the Great. You know, all of them that ruled Greece and Roman Empire. But now, in America, we've been, they call us the melting pot. This is where all the colors have been melted together. You don't know who's who no more. So that's why it's not good to be a Black Panther. You see that? We'll see somebody that look like an Edomite or a Chinaman, and it could be an Israelite, one of our people. You see that? So we drawing people through the spirit. You know? So we ain't about color. They think that's all we're about. But that's not what we're about. We're about the spiritual promise that was given to this seed. These people right here. There was a guy named Israel. All right? A brother named Israel. Before that, his name was called Jacob. And the Lord changed his name from that to Israel, just like you today. Before that, they probably called you black, whatever they want to call you, African, anything. But now, today, you're called Israel. You know, Israel means Yasha Allah in the Hebrew. Yah means he, Shah means prince. Allah means power. So you're being called to be a prince and inherit your princely inheritance, man. To put these devils in slavery, and they're going to be smirking behind cages. They're going to be the new zoo. And they're going to be in Brooklyn no more. You know? The Brooklyn Zoo. Right? So they're going to be in caves, man. They're going to put them back in the caves under our foot. Our women going to step on their heads. You know, and they're going to be for massages. All right? So there's a guy named Israel. Somebody come get their child. This is child neglect.
He went over there.
Okay, you want to get her? There's a bunch of men down here. So, Israel, right? So there's a guy named Israel. And out of him, he had 12 children. You see that? You from one of these tribes. This is who Esau called us. All right? When we went into Babylon, it was a devil named Nebuchadnezzar. He was the king of the Assyrian Empire, which was called Babylon at the time. And he took the names from, what was it called? Shadrach?
Hananiah, Azariah, Mishael.
Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. And he changed their names to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You heard about that in church probably sometime. Not church, you probably go to church, I'm saying. You got to be careful with that. Yeah. You don't put that in, nobody claim that no more. Don't go to church, man, with that. That's right. So, if you're from one of these tribes, the Lord himself, the Messiah that walked the earth from 4 BCE all the way to 37 AD, when they killed him and hung him on the cross, and he rose up again from the dead and went up to the Father, he's still alive today. He took one of these bodies up with him. He's the only one that ever did it. You see that? So he's from this tribe, the Negroes. If you're a West Indian, a Jamaican, you're from the Benjamite tribe. If you're a Haitian, like Moses, he was a Levite. All right? And so on and so on. So these are our people, man. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're the Israelites of the Bible. And the Lord is calling us to repentance. The word repent means to turn back. All right? And if you were never a part of it, it's nothing that you can turn back to. All right, here's a Cristo no Blanco. All right.
¿Oíste?
El nombre de Yahushua.
Que Jesucristo no es blanco. Eso fue una mentira que dijeron la iglesia católica, las iglesias cristianas. Tienen fotos en las paredes. ¿Ves? Sí, pues, cambiaron la pintura, el color del pie del hijo. Pues eso es bien importante. Sí, sí, cuando él viene para atrás, lo que hay que conocer. Porque si no conoce la piel de él, ¿cómo para conocer el hijo? ¿Lo ves?
But now this man, according to the Bible, that's who's out there. He's gonna come save us. These people, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the men, you know. That's right, brother. You getting it? You got it. The Lord calling the men first. You know, the men gotta get it. Everything else follows. That's right. Let's get it. Y'all. Right. You heard?
Yeah.
You heard? You heard? Funny, man.
How you say you heard in Spanish?
Oíste.
Oíste? That's how you say you heard.
Yeah, oíste. He said it right.
My bad, brother. Yeah, so that's where we at. You know, we the Israelites. Now it's time to get that inheritance, man. The Lord calling us to our inheritance. And we want to be in that number, man. All right? And this is now check this out. Now what if you one of the elect, right? What if I'm one of the elect? We call ourselves the hopeful elect. We hoping that we in that number. We fighting, you know, for the Lord to forgive us and accept us in that day. You see that? So now imagine if you in that number. That would mean Ezra's thousands of years ago saw you standing with Yahushua. Let's get a visual of Yahushua real quick so you can have it in your mind. All right? Somebody get Revelations. And then let's get Daniel chapter 7 about the Most High's image.
Revelations.
Check this out.
Chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, go with the garment down to the foot.
Right, in the book of Numbers, it tells you that we got to wear these garments. When we come out here and teach, people think we pour all kind of stuff, man. We don't know what they think sometimes. But you got to make you one of these garments. This is what our people used to wear during the time of Moses, right? But we'll make you a garment. You know, you ain't got to worry about that. These, this blue, the border of blue, it represents the covenant or agreement that the Lord made with us. All right, we're supposed to keep that covenant. The fringes, right here, you see Native Americans wearing them in pictures. Those are our people.
Cuban, look at that.
Catch him on this. Yeah. You don't mind. You our brother.
Yeah.
Cool. You'll be able to watch it later and see yourself on it too. All right. But you said you're Native, Cuban, and so-called black, right? Yeah. This brother here is Cuban on the end. He's from the tribe of what? You know his tribe. We about to find out. Well, you might not get it exact, but it's good. This brother's Puerto Rican.
Trial visa.
You see that? But we got another brother that's a Gadite, and he's teaching, and he watching right now. That's y'all, the Native American Indians. Y'all the Gadites, man. That's right, man. Where is that? Gad, right there. That's y'all. G-A-D, Gadites. On your dad's side, Native Americans? Both sides. Both sides.
Oh, you're pure.
Yeah, you pure blood Native.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably deeper than that. It probably go deep, man. Cause what's that? You ever heard of Geronimo? That's cool. It'd be interesting to look into, man. He was right here in America. He was part of the ones that was holding down back in the 1700s, and they were the first rangers here in America. They was trying to keep Esau out. All the tribes came together. You know, the Indian tribe. I forget some of the names of
Iowa.
Yeah, everybody knows certain names. Apache. He was an Apache Indian. And he said that he saw, you got to look him up, Geronimo. All right? If you can remember Geronimo. He said he went up to a mountain, with a G. He went up into a mountain and he saw a man tell him, don't fear this Edomite devil. Don't fear him. And he said they're going to shoot at you, but the bullets won't touch you. you're going to be able to run and not be tired. And this man is written in history that the bullets would hit his face and they would miss. You feel me? And it's in history. You can even look at the pictures of Geronimo. You're going to see scars on his face. And he said he would look them dead in the eyes and they would miss. That's what God we dealing with. And that's written in their history from your people.
That's Geronimo. Apache.
There you go. That's right, brother. All right. So now, for instance, the first things you got to do when you come into this truth, like the brother, certain brothers in the camp, they had dreadlocks. One thing you're gonna do, you're gonna have to cut them if you get into the truth, because the Lord said, you know, I basically a shaman. I ain't coming at you at all. I got to tell you the thing. I don't know if I'm gonna see you again. You know what I mean? But the dreadlocks, they represent shamanism, which is like the Hindus, the dot heads. They got that red dot on their forehead. They come from them. And then they moved it to Rastafarianism, the Jamaican. You see that? That's where they get it from. So it's basically witchcraft. And it represents a dead thing. The Lord said if you're going to have that type of hair locking it up, it's supposed to be plaited. See the difference? So you can unravel it and clean it. Makes sense, right? So eventually when you're ready, you know, untangle it or trim it and watch the Lord start dealing with you. Like the shirt, that's a rock and roll shirt, right? You see, we didn't pick you apart when we came up. We dealt with you as a brother. We don't care about that. But to stand with us, we had to change certain things. But I'm going to share with you the shirt. You know what that means? That shirt is crazy, right? We don't know. It's just rock and roll. Or just a good looking shirt. Just red. You know, it's a chill shirt. It means after Christ, devil comes. You see that? Pagans made that. So that's a devil shirt. That's crazy, right? Like, you mother, right? So now the Lord dealing with you, man. He don't care about none of that. He wants you to repent. To repent means to turn back, and you didn't know. The Lord said we're going to be sent out to the Gentiles. We were in a dead state before the Spirit came to us. We were walking around calling ourselves black, nigga, you know, I ain't shit, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? Popping each other's wives, not each other, but like, people in the world, you know, having sex with multiple women all the time, not knowing they could be somebody's wife. You know what I mean? Adultery. You know, caught up in the world, man. But now we got caught up to the truth, and you start walking fast down that up that path to the kingdom. You got to start shedding some layers as you go to that small needle gate. All right? A needle gate represents a castle, but then you had a giant castle door, but then you had a smaller door, and that was for the camels to go through. But before that camel go through that needle gate, they had to shed everything off the camel. You know what I'm saying? All the extra luggage and everything. So as we go through the needle gate, we got to shed everything off us. All the stuff that Esau taught us and the world taught us and our parents and stuff like that. You know what I mean? In the schools. But check this out, man. I believe you in this number. Because the Lord said that y'all were going to overcome them at the last. Somebody get that, Gad? All right, because Gad was taken down by the northern troops. But the Lord said y'all going to overcome them. The same one that took down the Gadites. You looked up, you ever heard of the Trail of Tears? Type that in if you want. Save that one. Trail of Tears. It's a movie, man. It's a good movie to watch. Trail of Tears. All right? Trail of Tears, man. Watch a picture come up or whatever. You're like, damn, that's what they did. All right, but the Lord said y'all were going to be back here. Y'all going to wake up in the last days. Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Woo, woo. All right, so that's prophecy. The Lord prophesied that on your nation. You know? He said that y'all going to overcome them devils. These devils took it. Look what they did to y'all. Yeah, all right, they overcame y'all with the northern troops, the northern army. Remember that? The blue and the red, the blue army. They came and took the Gadites and killed them, slaughtered them. You know? But now the Lord said, y'all are going to overcome them by the hand of my people Israel. That's right. Check this out. The Lord about to raise us up. We can't go do it like Black Panthers. You see that? This is a spiritual walk, man. This is our weapon. That's what I tell you. This is our weapon. Black Panther, they like, yeah, we're going to fight the white man. We're going to do this to the white man. Now look what happened to them, you know? They all got scattered and you know, locked up and stuff like that.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, Verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is his name.
That's right.
Thou art my battle axe and weapon of war.
So the Lord said, you're his battle axe. You gotta find that in the Hebrew, man. That been, good name for you too. Find it in the Hebrew. But the Lord said, what? We are his battle axe. When he ready to go to war with the nations, he's gonna use us. All right? But before any army that you create, you gotta put some instructions in it. You gotta set it on the right direction. You're making a toy soldier. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
All right, it says, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nation, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Right, man. So the Lord said that. He said, what he said about the war with Amalek? Anybody know what that's at? What was that war with Amalek? Yep. You know what that's at? The war, right, man. I'm gonna finish this while we're waiting for that precept. Yep. I was in Genesis. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's get that one. All right, because the Lord planning on going to war with these devils. But the Lord said He's gonna use us to go to war with them. Not on our own accord, picking up their weapon, their blessing, the gun and all that. The Lord gonna raise us up to crush their damn head in our hands. Right? Instead of lashes with a whip, we're gonna have a damn pole hitting you in the back with it. Golden rods. Yep, go ahead, bro. Which one? The same one, I think, right? Exodus?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, record.
This is Exodus chapter 17, verse 16. For he said, because the Lord Yahweh hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
Right, from generation to generation. He said he's going to have war with them. Yeah? But what did he just say? You are his battle axe and weapon of war, us. So to get us together, you can fight like this or you can fight like this. You see that? Separated, or we can fight as a team. You see that? All right, so now, this is Amalek. Amalek is the chief house of Esau, Edom. The top ones, the ones that the Illuminati that we keep hearing about. That's them. The Lord said He's always going to be at war with them. And they call it the dragon and the beast in these times in the Bible and Revelation. All right? That's, and that's the point on that. Let me get this real quick. Oh, precept. My bad. Yeah, let's run these real quick. Go ahead. Thank y'all for he called on first, and then I'm the one and then
Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Right, so what that's saying right there is he got to get his first. We can't get ours till he get his. The Most High sitting up there waiting. Yahweh Shai, he's sitting there just waiting. He can't do anything. The scripture says he got to sit at the right hand of the Father until he, the Father, makes our enemies his footstool.
This book of James 5 and 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Behold, the husbandman waited for the preacher's fruit of the earth, and had long patience for it, until he received the early and later rain.
Right, because when the Lord show up, man, when Yahweh Shai, 10 foot, 11 foot tall, man, black man, kid look like Kimbo. You know what I'm saying? With a white and woolly beard, white and woolly hair, a green garment on with gold around his waist, like a championship belt. That's what's out there right now, man. And what did he say? What was that part? What I did that for? Yeah. So when the Father finally says, "All right, go," when the Father says, "Yo, go," ever since 37 AD, he's been waiting 2,000 years, man. We done died and came back so many times. Reincarnation is real in the Bible. You get reincarnated, meaning re-put back into flesh. All right, you live out your purpose, you live out your judgment on the earth. But when he finally says go, green light, Yahushua gonna launch off that throne, man, off that seat, that mercy seat. You know what I mean? He's gonna roar like a lion and cry out like a woman in pregnancy. He's gonna snap. We're gonna hear it. It's gonna be so loud, it's gonna shake the earth. That's who's about to show up, man. All right, and we part of him. He love us. You feel me? We walk around with our head down, but we should have our head up. That's why the gospel of good news was given to us. Esau don't need their head lifted no more than it already is. They're gonna hit the damn ceiling. You know what I mean? Somebody got it? 42 and 14. Yep. It says, I haven't heard it in years, so hopefully.
It says, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself.
Right, this is Yahushua. He's been still. You gotta imagine that, yo. A so-called black man out there waiting to come back. They just killed him. And he's like, yo, Revelation 5, real quick. All right. Hold your peace. Yeah, why not? Let's get it real fast. We got time? 9%. Let's get it.
This book of Revelation, chapter 5, verse 1.
Right.
And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within on the backside, sealed with 7 seals.
That's 12 birds. Yep. Go ahead, brother. I don't believe in that count.
And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof.
That's right, man. Go ahead.
And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to lock their own,
right.
look their own.
Right. So the book represents the prophecies and it's true. It was in the hand of the Father, Yahweh, right? Out there in the heavens, the book of life, and all the prophecies and the seals. He said, who is on earth or under the earth or wherever that is able to deal with the Most High and righteous enough to come up there and take that book out of his hand and give those prophecies to us, right? If not, we wouldn't even be able to be here and talk to you if Yahushua didn't die for us. If he's not out there in the right hand of the Father, you know what I mean? Go ahead, brother.
And I wept much because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon.
Right, they were weeping because without Yahushua, we wouldn't have a chance. Go ahead.
And one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Whoa, the Lion. Remember I said that? He's a lion. The Lion of the tribe of Judah. All right, go ahead.
The Lion of the tribe of Judah,
right.
The root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose
not that Billy Goat.
The 7 seals thereof.
Yeah, that's Billy Goat right there. That's a Billy Goat. That ain't no lion. You know what I'm saying? That's goat hair. You got woolly hair. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother. He said nobody was able. Go ahead.
And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders,
right.
Stood a lamb.
The 4 beasts represent the angels, but go ahead.
Stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes.
Right. What's that? Acts chapter 1, where he went up to the Father? Yep. Yeah, Acts chapter 1. Yep. And he went up to the Father in the chariot. Go ahead. So it was a lamb slain, right? This is up in the heavens. They were looking like, yo, who's able to come up here and deal with our, the Creator? Then next thing you know, the angels seeing this. They never saw a human body in the heavens like that. The Father did this to them and bugged their minds out, even angels. They seen a human body up there in the heavens, And he's like, yo, there you go. And he was all butchered and beaten from them killing him. All right, go ahead. Real fast, he almost done.
Stood as a lamb and had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Yahweh sent forth into all the earth.
Right.
And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. Ooh. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb.
Right, the beasts represent angels. Go ahead. They look like men.
Having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors.
Yep.
Which are the prayers of the saints.
So when you pray, your prayer goes up to the Father just like incense, like an odor. You know what I mean? And the angel Raphael, Raphael Allah, there's an angel called Raphael, meaning in the Hebrew it would be Raphael Allah, being a healer of the Most High, right? He carries our prayers to the Father. So he hears your prayers, man. There was a time when he wouldn't hear our prayers. We didn't even know the name to call on. Now you know the name. You're knocking at the door. They're like, who you want? Yahweh. All right, fair enough. But who sent you? Yahweh Shai. All right, you come on in. Go ahead, brother.
And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yahweh by the blood out of every kindred.
Right, so he gave his life and his blood for us, man. He's out in the heavens right now, waiting. As he's waiting, this is what he's doing. Go ahead.
And Tom,
no, we good. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 14.
Wait, Acts, real quick. Yep, when he went up to the Father.
Acts chapter 1, verse 9. It says, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight.
Right, y'all can grab that sign? Right, because the cloud, the chariots. Right, the cloud, they call them clouds, but in the Bible, they actually call chariots of the Lord. All right, the so-called white man, Esau calls them UFOs, unidentified flying objects. You've been hearing about them this year, right? We've been waiting for it. We've been waiting to hear about it. You know what I mean? We've been looking for them. Swing low, sweet chariot. You remember that song? Coming forth to carry me home. There's a song called Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, coming forth to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, which cometh my help, coming forth to carry me home. These were so-called African slaves singing about Jordan. That's over there in Israel. See that? So they knew they were Israelites. They knew about the chariots coming in. All right? They knew about the chariots, and they got angels in them, man. That's who coming to deliver us. You can see them at night. If you're out here at night, and you pray to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, you'll look up and you'll see a star out of nowhere just come down. And then take off, like, or to be moving like zigzag or something. You'll know it's not a plane. There won't be no blinking lights on it. Go ahead, thank y'all real quick.
This King David prayer was heard, and the Lord sent a chariot to deliver.
That's right.
This is 2 Samuel chapter 22 and verse 7. In my distress, I called upon the Lord and cried to my power. And he did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry did enter into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of heaven moved and shook because he was wroth. Let me jump to the point. Verse 11. And he rode upon the cherub and did fly. And he was seen upon the wings of the wind.
Right, man. That's Yahweh Shai, man.
Verse
Right.
17. He sent from above. He took me. He drew me out of many waters.
Woo! That's right, man. That's right. And that's what we're being called now. We're being called out of the waters, just like Moses was called out of the water. Just like King David was called out of the destruction from amongst them heathens and wicked people. We're being called out, you know what I mean? He's going to draw us out. Draw us up into the chariots. When the fire hits, when the missiles hit America, ICBM missiles, everything going to burn up from rooter to the tutor. Every end. It's going to be called a lake of fire. All right? This is it, Babylon. But the Lord said in the midst of that, he's going to take us up into the chariots. See how it worked? Just like with the flood with Noah. He made Noah build the boat. He took him into the boat before the flood. But he said, I wasn't going to destroy it no more with water. It's going to be with fire. All right? So look at this real quick. Take it up. 1 second. Let me finish this real quick.
Acts chapter 1, verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight.
All right, see that? This is when Yahweh Shai was taken up into the chariot. All right, you can go up a little bit more so we get the point. Yeah. Did we read it already?
No, that's the next.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Good. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. We get the point.
All right, verse 10, it says,
No, we need, yeah. We gotta go like verse 2. Yeah, look at the point. We're running out of time.
Verse 10.
I want to go into more detail, but it's cool. Sorry, brother.
It says, while they looked steadfastly toward heaven.
So when Yahweh Shai died, after they crucified him, He rose from the dead and he came back on the earth 40 days and dealing with people. Looking you right in your face like, yo, yeah, I'm alive. You know what I mean? Touch my hand. You know, I'm not a spirit. I am a spirit, but I'm still in my same body. I'm about to take this up and I'm going to glorify it. And if I get glorified, y'all going to be glorified in the future. See that? So we have no fear of death, man. We're not supposed to hurt ourselves. I'm talking about from the threats. Right? So we're taken up into a chariot, right? Go ahead.
Verse 10 says, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven, as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel.
Right, you looking up at a chariot, a white chariot going up. What they call UFOs. You looking up, and then you look back down. There's two men standing next to you in a garment. Two angels. You know, we probably shit on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Right? But look, that's what the angel said. Go ahead.
That's what
you don't want to be Heliodorus, man. Heliodorus, man, he looked at two angels next to him and they beat his ass. He was an Edomite. They beat him till none of the bones in his body was working. I just went dark, that's all. It's still on there. All right, go ahead.
All right, verse 11 it says, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up unto the heaven? This same Yahushua, which was taken up from you into heaven, shall come in like manner as ye have seen him go unto him.
That's right, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 42.
Right, when he comes from the heavens, same one that went up, he's going to come back that same way. Right, you got him on? You got him on it? Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah 42 and 14.
Yep.
It says, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman.
Woo! So when the Lord show up, he said he's been still and quiet. You know, keeping the Most High's will. They've been quiet, moving like a stealth ninja out there, man. But he said, when the Lord gave him the green light, he said, now will I cry like a woman in travail. That means a woman in pregnancy, when she's crying out, that pain, he gonna snap. He gonna let all that pain out on the way to the earth, right?
He says, I will destroy and devour at once.
Woo! He's gonna destroy and devour these devils at once, just in one swipe. We're gonna sweep across America or Babylon like a broom sweeping across the land. It's gonna be a sweeping fire. You know, he's gonna destroy and devour Esau, the beast, at once, man. Just devour their blessing and their inheritance. He said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, man. And everything they're doing right now with the whole, you know, that right there, that's a weapon. You can look it up, man. We're going to write something down for you called Brighteon. Brighteon. That's a website. They do a bunch of updates and doctors on there and everything. You know what I'm saying? They tell you, like, yo, it's wicked. So he said, what? He's going to cry like a woman in travail this morning? That's right here, right? Right, yeah.
First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of Yahweh. Right. And the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them.
Right. What's that chord called again?
Type C.
Yeah. Anybody got a type C chord? All right, don't worry about it. All right, so yeah, man. All right, so if you're in the spirit of the Lord, you're gonna get, if something was to happen to our brother in the truth, and they're talking about coming up shooting him, we'd be the first one to get our new bodies. You know what I'm saying? Paul said it. He said to die is gain. You gain the Lord. You right there with him. What kind of safety is that? So there's nothing to fear when they talk about their carnal as weapons. They want us to shut up our mouth and stop teaching you. You see that? So yeah, man. I'm missing a point I just missed. Right?
And those who live and see the reward of the wicked meet them in the skies, and the changing of the twinkling of an eye. Right, shall be changed. What's the company?
Right, man. All right. So, real quick, here's 2 Ezra 2, and 2 and 42. And I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people. You want to be in that number, whom I could not number. And they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man. All right? So Yahweh Shai gonna be in the midst of us. Right? He gonna be this tall. You know what I'm saying? But he'll be in the midst of us. Tall so-called black man. You know, putting crowns on your head, man. That's what we want. If you can overcome this. You understand? It's gonna be presented at your table. You gotta be able to overcome it. All right? He said, Scripture says, if you believe in Yahweh Shai, you have already overcome. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and finish. Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 12.
Right.
It says, now we have received not the spirit of the world,
right,
but the spirit which is of Yahweh.
There you go. Back to your lesson. You finish it up.
That's basically it. The spirit of he had put the world in their hearts.
No, we got it's like black screen.
Oh, okay, all right. So now we haven't been given the spirit of this world.
Yeah, 3%.
The God of this world has manipulated the minds of them. But the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shai, we have the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Keep going. It says that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahweh.
That's right. So hit 2. We're going
verse 16. For who have known 15.
Yeah, we got 3%. We got it.
But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. So he gives us the equipment to judge all things, and we're judged of no man. We're exempt from judgment. Go ahead. For who have known the mind of the Lord? Who have known the mind of the Lord to know his will? All right, go ahead. That he may instruct him. So if you know the mind of Yahweh Shai, you can be instructed of Yahweh Shai. But we have the mind of Hamashiach, and that's what we have. We have the mind of Hamashiach Yahushua. So we're not drunken with the philosophies and wine of man that's set up by these wicked devices by this devil Esau. All right, and we're gonna close out and give all praise and glory to the Most High and the Father Yahweh and His Son Yahushua and the Holy Spirit of truth, man. All right, Kal,
Eliah,
La,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
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 Bahashem, Ha,
Rakah,
Kodash, Muhammad.
Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone of my elder Harold Watt as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and society of truth, and peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Somebody want to make contact with him? We're gonna help you build up, bro.
They give you a flyer. All right, my number.